Welcome, everybody, to Two Nobodies with the Mic, episode 35. How's everyone doing out there in YouTube land? Guys, thank you for joining us tonight. It's great night, special night. Have some big things in store. Have a power slap light heavyweight champion that's going to be on later. Former, but he's
soon to be again.
Soon to be again.
Hopefully.
But guys, thank you for joining us. If you guys have anything to say, this is an interactive show. Don't be afraid to hit us up, and Eddie Money will definitely get your voice heard out there. But let's go into our introductions. To my right, I got my main man, Rafa's in the house.
What's up?
What's up, Rafa? How you doing, bud?
Good, man.
Then I got my main man, Eddie Money, the producer.
What's up?
Extraordinaire. How you doing, Eddie? How's your knee?
A lot better.
Yes.
I can limp it.
Yes. And then we have two special guests. We have my main man, CJ Whoa.
Whoa.
Like, whoa.
What's up? Wow.
CJ Whoa, athlete extraordinaire.
Looks like he should be power slapping.
Yes, he should be. You should think about getting into the Power Slap League. And then we have our main dude over here, official.bta, about that action. And that Big John is in the house. Say what's up, everybody, Big John.
What's up?
Yeah, let me tell you, he's not named Big John because he's small. He's a big vato.
Yeah.
Big dude. But thank you guys for joining us. Always appreciate you coming in from you guys coming in from college. And you know, it keeps me young, Rafa. The youth. I'm like a vampiro.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, I just grab their energy and I stay young that way. So I love to be around all the youngins. It keeps me up to date and all the new stuff. You guys always have shit for me, but go check out official.bta about that action. Amazing gear. Go support a great young man and his clothing line. Has some good stuff out there. CJ, you have anything to promote except for yourself? We were just talking. CJ has a podcast coming up.
Yeah, so it's called Fire Politics, and it's coming out in September.
Yes.
So be on the lookout.
You're going to need Big John to follow you everywhere after coming out with a political freaking show. That's some great. Yeah. You have bigger balls than I do.
Big old balls. Yeah, big dude.
Yeah, it is. Yes, he is a big dude.
Come at me.
Yeah.
But this is episode 35, and if you guys know, we always like to talk about famous athletes and the number of episodes. We are not on 35. Does anyone want to start off with the famous 35?
I'll go. Kevin Durant.
KD.
That was easy.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
God, what do you want me to say? Oh, Wayne, what's his name? Gabriel from the Lakers.
Well, Rafa, I feel like you're the star of the show. You gotta
what star?
Too easy, right?
Easy.
That's Jay's job. That's Jay's job. Who's not here today?
Yeah.
Yes, Jay
should have named Wayne Gabriel.
I think Jay would have said Chris Kaman.
Oh, that's a good one, by the way.
Is he fully bald at this point?
Oh, are you kidding me? Yes. You know, oh God, I don't remember that actor who was on Fox. He was on a bunch of shows. I gotta find him.
Fire Marshal Bill?
No, not Fire. Oh, no, not Fire Marshal Bill, but close. I don't remember. When I find him, I'll point him out to you. I'll tell you that's who Chris Kaman reminds me of.
The Durantula, easy. That's an easy target. I'm gonna go with Cody Bellinger.
Nice.
35. Who I heard is already talking about getting traded to the Yankees. I've seen some trade talk. He's having a decent year. But Cody Bellinger, the highest dude in Major League Baseball. Prove me wrong, by the way. Drug test that guy.
I got Reggie Lewis, Celtics.
Reggie Lewis, that's a good one.
That's what I should have gone.
My other one is...
That's what I expected out of you, Ralph.
Mike Tolbert.
Mike Tolbert, wow.
Journeyman running back.
Chargers.
That's right. Was he a fullback or a running
He started
back?
as a fullback with the Chargers.
Yes.
Then he kind of broke off, went to Carolina. That's when I had Charger season ticket.
I was going to say, anything Chargers, Rafa's like just spitting out facts.
I said Tolbert,
he's like, woo, got me excited. Yes. But listen, who else?
Oh, you know what? I might have been thinking about Michael Turner there as well. Remember, but not at 35.
You say tomato, I say ketchup.
Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt.
The Big Hurt, Yogi Berra, Justin Verlander. Maybe very, very lucky human being. Because he's blessed with arm talent. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, I have no idea.
But listen.
Also have Ricky Henderson.
Oh, I was just
Ricky!
about to come off.
On what team? The Red Sox?
Yeah, what was that? Because there's no way he was with
No, he wore 34 somewhere.
That's crazy. Ricky.
Who said Ricky Henderson?
So many good Ricky
On the A's.
On the
No.
A's?
Ricky wore 24 on the A's.
Yes, 24.
That's an iconic fucking number.
Yes.
Probably the only number the A's should retire. Dave Stewart wore 34.
He wore 35 and 83.
Oh, as a puppy. Yeah,
man.
okay. That's a good dig.
You think that was the year that he had his $1 million check framed and put up on the on his wall?
That could be.
Does everyone know that story? You guys are young bucks. You guys don't know the story. So,
I do not.
So Ricky Henderson, the best leadoff hitter
All time.
in baseball history. Home runs, stolen base. This is no arguing.
Gold
but-
Glove outfielder.
Yes, and he is a character that no one can deny. So the story, Ricky played for the Oakland A's, is that he got paid with a check, right? $1 million check. And the GM, after 6 months, when you write a check goes bad. So the GM went to him and said, Ricky, why haven't you cashed this $1 million check? He's like, you mean the one that's framed up on my wall? I didn't know that was real. Ricky Henderson had $1 million on his wall.
About to expire.
No, it did expire. That's how incredible Ricky Henderson. And listen, that is just the tip of the iceberg when you want to go into Ricky. Ricky was the first dude to talk in the third person. Maybe not the first one. Maybe Muhammad did.
Muhammad Ali for sure did.
But Ricky talked about, he would show up to the party like, Ricky gonna have a good day today. Ricky gonna have some stolen bases. I mean, Ricky is a character and was talked about maybe playing with the Oakland Raiders. That's how of an amazing athlete that Ricky Henderson was. I think he still leads the MLB in leadoff home runs, I believe.
Oh, and stolen bases, that
Yes,
will be
yes.
forever, never broken.
Yes.
One record that I think will never be broken.
Jose Tavares said Christian Okoye.
Wow, that's
Totally
a
forgot.
good one. The Nigerian Nightmare.
Wow.
Yes, the birth of the big back.
Hey, you would have thought the Chiefs fan would have noticed that, right?
Oh, shit. Look at,
Come on, BTA.
Look at,
Would you-
he doesn't
you
even
didn't
know he's a
know.
Chiefs
Coming
fan.
at you and you don't even know it.
Yes.
He doesn't even know he's a Chiefs fan.
Santa Clarita Chiefs. Yes. Wow, man.
Oh, man.
You gotta leave the building then.
But Hose, that's a great call. The Nigerian Nightmare. Man, everyone knows the iconic Monday Night Football hit of all hits. So if you guys don't know, Christian Okoye, probably 6'3", 250, 255, was this like the original big back, and they just handed off the ball just downhill. Well, the hardest hitter maybe at the time was Ronnie Lott, and also another USC alum, Steve Atwater, number 27. Big dog, and there was a 32 dive right in the A gap, and it was just something of beauty. And if you haven't seen it, easily look that up. Okoye Atwater on YouTube. Atwater blows him up in the gap. Oh, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So that's a famous, famous play. And for all you youngins out there, do your homework. Watch that, especially you over there, Chiefs fan.
Yeah, seriously, brother.
Okoye, you should have had a Okoye in your back pocket. But listen,
Wait, Rafa, are you not a Chiefs fan?
No.
Oh,
Rafa's not a
He's
fan.
not a-
I'm
Mahomes
not
fan.
a
He's a
fucking fan
Mahomes
of
fan.
anything.
Rafa's not a fan of anything.
he's just anti everything.
No, I'm just fan of excellence. The Raiders aren't excellent, so not a
We're
fan.
committed to it,
The
though.
motto
We're
is commitment to
it, though.
excellence.
You motherfuckers have been committed for a
So
long
if you
minute.
are committed to excellence, then why are you not a Chiefs fan?
I'm not. I choose players over.
So you're like a Kobe fan, not a Laker fan.
No, don't ever
oh,
fucking
hey,
say that. Oh,
Are we gonna have to
Come
give
on,
CJ
man.
a briefing on this show? You just said like 5 long things in one
listen.
sentence.
If I got triggered,
Yes.
bro, you hit them all, right? You got all my triggers,
You just
dude.
hit every trigger possible. He said,
I'm gonna text you my triggers.
yes. Commitment to excellence, Raider fan, Chiefs fan.
Yeah, and Kobe lover.
Yes, and Kobe lover.
The worst one.
Yes. Wow.
So let me. You're a LeBron fan, not a Laker fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
LeBron, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Michael Vick.
Doesn't like fantasy, though.
Yes.
I used to do fantasy. I used to play fantasy football many years ago.
Yeah.
I don't have time to keep up with everyone
That's
and all
so
the
full of
bets.
shit. He doesn't have
and
time.
all the
He
bets.
knows the third string of every corner on the freaking Carolina Panthers. I don't have time to keep up with these guys. That's bullshit. So listen, we are the gambling show of record, right? Two nobodies with the mic. We do not shy away. And listen, football season's around the corner. We are hitting we're hitting our stride.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm pumped for NFL season.
We are
college football.
Oh my God, we are so pumped for that. And listen, the only thing we ask of you is to not be a loser. That's the show motto. Don't be a loser. And when we say don't be a loser, that doesn't mean don't lose a bet. That means just gamble responsibly. Don't be a Morican, as Puerto Ricans like to say. Don't be a Morican.
Gamble responsibly.
Yes.
Gamble what you can lose.
Which
you can afford to lose.
yes.
Nobody likes to lose.
Yes.
So, but at the same time,
Listen, at this point, if you want to go to the movies and have dinner, you definitely can fucking gamble. Don't go to the movies or dinner. That's like $600 right there. You want to go to a Dodger game? You got to have a 720 credit score. I mean, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine all that good stuff. Happy birthday to Delaney, by the way. Jay, happy birthday to Delaney.
Oh, yeah.
It's her
Happy
actual
birthday.
her actual second birthday.
yeah,
Mama.
Jay's our social media manager. If you guys don't know who he is, if anything ever happens in his family, he takes the whole week. So if
Yes.
it's a birthday, it's a week.
Yes.
Mother's Day is a week and a half.
Stomach aches are 3 weeks.
Yeah, so that's why we love to have him here when he's here, but
Listen, you have to dangle like I don't know, Oreo cookies and milk all the way
Something.
from West Covina on a string
chicken
line.
nuggets or
Yes.
something.
Chicken nuggets, yes. So
Some mac and cheese.
Jay, we love you. We kid because we love. Or whatever.
Or whatever the other thing
whatever.
is.
Just get your ass here next week. So, listen, don't be a loser. And speaking of not being a loser, Rafa, we were talking. By the way, this special episode number 35 is brought to you by Julio's Pizza in Cerritos / Artesia. We just came from there. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Veronica. You guys, your service is unbelievable. But better, even if the service sucked, I'd probably deal with it because the Al Pastor Pizza, Rafa.
It's where it's at.
Holy moly.
Anybody loves that thing.
Best pizza in the game.
In the game.
Had
And
some fire to it though.
yes. And Mary brought us this pasta dish. It was like
Oh yeah. You love that.
Oh my God, it was so good. I actually brought some home for my wife.
Eddie's wife.
Yes. Excellent. Thank you guys to Julio's Pizza. Keith Lee, you're still missing out, Papa. You got to go. Listen, I know he lives in Vegas, but you got to make a trip down the 15 freeway to the 210 to the 605.
Oh, what a
Papa.
cluster.
And then take the 91 East, exit Pioneer, and then just your nose will take you the rest of the way. So thank you guys. Thank you to Julio's Pizza. We just came from there. Amazing stuff. We would not sponsor anything that's Garbaggio. We wouldn't have it.
Not in the Bellagio.
Especially not at the Bellagio. So that is our don't be a loser. But speaking of not being a loser, we talked about this at Julio's bar. There has been a report, if you will, saying that there has been one NFL player that has lost $8 million this last season. And, I mean, that's the biggest teaser in the world. How do you say that?
Well, who knows it, first of all? Who said it?
Who leaked it?
Who leaked it? So who leaked it? Do you know?
No, but like
So where'd you see it?
I saw it on Twitter just from like a news source, but it didn't give any like.
And I saw it on Instagram, so you know that shit's true.
So that's fine, but, you know.
I saw the story, but I didn't really understand what happened after.
Well, and what did he lose the $8 million gambling on?
It
As
just
he
said-
wasn't
it
betting
said-
in the NFL, obviously.
It said in a year.
I saw-
Correct?
So I saw in the season, just in the
But he
last
was
season.
gambling on the NFL?
I don't think that was.
Because that would be public
Yeah.
knowledge because he'd be suspended.
Yeah.
No.
So
I heard the story I saw was a certain NFL player has lost $8 million the last calendar year. Which,
gambling.
Scrambling and gambling, baby. Like,
Do we know if that's sports betting
like
or
Notorious B.I.G.?
I want to know
at
what
the
type of
casino?
gambling
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
from sports gambling.
It's from sports gambling?
It is sports gambling, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And someone's shitting in their pants, right? In their Malibu home, like calling, 5 different public relations companies. Like, how do we not let this out? And by the way, it shouldn't be left out. If he didn't break any fucking rules, then let a dude lose his money. Who cares? That's his freaking business.
Right.
And I hope it dies there.
I agree.
If he didn't break any freaking rules.
It doesn't seem like it. Or they would have said his name.
Like if the policy says
you can gamble, you just can't gamble in the NFL, and you can't
And you
place bets in
the
facility.
If he didn't gamble on the NFL or place bets, then who cares?
Who cares?
100%.
I don't give two shits.
It's not my business.
Right. It's nobody's business.
I do want to know, and I want to know his plays, so I go the opposite.
The opposite. So what's he doing?
Yeah.
Or we can call him for advice, maybe. We can give him advice.
If he loses $8 million, I don't want no advice.
We're gonna give him some.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We have
Give him some blue
Rafa.
chips.
We have Rafa the Guru right here.
Follow those blue chips.
He needs to follow our blue chip picks, Papa. And this time we're charging this vato.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes.
You clearly can afford it.
Yes. But you got to figure, like, are we gonna try to guess? Let's all guess.
It's got to be a big name considering that, and unless they're just really deep into gambling, like
I'm gonna say
salaries
Davante
aren't
Adams.
That bad.
Oh,
Why?
wow.
Why?
You know what? I'm going to go with the receiver. I'm going to say Julio Jones.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's that hot Atlanta.
I'm gonna go Devontae Adams.
You know what? That's Raider fucking slander, man. Raiders,
I'm gonna say Devontae Adams. He's the
Why?
only one
Why?
because he's the only one on the Raiders who can afford it. He's in.
Okay.
He's got casinos everywhere. There's sports books everywhere. He can gamble in 2 minutes, get in his car, and go anywhere.
Did you come up with Devontae like 5 seconds ago? Or
I did. I just literally said Devontae Adams. I said, let me think of the only
listen.
Raider that can make enough money to lose $8 million. Devontae's the only one.
Max could lose $8
He
million.
just got that money. You can't lose it when you just found it.
Well, signing bonuses are big, Papa.
Dude, he just got it. I just got this money. I'm going to hold on to it.
And Max Crosby has been to Power Slap too. So
Really?
So maybe he lost it all on Power Slap.
You can bet on this.
100%. Come on, man. Listen, if Dana White is behind something,
You can bet on it.
you could bet on it.
Okay.
I could bet on Dana White how many drinks he has at the next party, New Year's Eve. How many? No, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to.
No, don't do that.
I'm not going to do that. Almost cut off my own tongue right now. So
Well, that's who I'm guessing. You think Julio Jones?
I'm going to go Julio Jones. I don't know why, but I think receiver because receivers think they know everything.
I do think it's a receiver, but I can't
Really?
pin a name. It's got to be a skill position. It's not a lineman for
That's
sure.
right.
Hey, listen, yeah.
Why are you
it's not
saying
a left
that?
tackle.
It's not a
too
corner
smart.
or a receiver. Like all skill positions,
Why
just
would a
got
lineman
this
need
like
to do
mindset
that?
that they're
Yes.
the best. Like they can do it.
Like I can't see a left tackle,
No.
I can't see Joe
Some
Thomas
big dude
put in
going
like
in. Yeah, no.
right? Like left tackle
Oh,
sell
Joe Thomas is
insurance.
for sure fishing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So any other guesses? Oh, you guys are soft. Soft like.
Who do you got?
Look at you.
I'm gonna go Deshaun Watson.
Oh,
I'm not
love
taking
it.
that. I'm not
Yes.
taking this Cleveland
Okay,
Browns.
listen.
Okay, wait. I
Listen,
got one.
If anyone has the money to lose $8 million and not even blink,
I got
it's
one.
Deshaun Watson.
Jimmy G.
No.
No.
You don't think so?
I'll go Stephon Diggs.
Ooh,
That's maybe why he missed practice the other day.
Yes.
I'm up like, dude,
He's
listen.
getting beat up by the mafia.
Listen, maybe he had $8 million on that one game. That's why he's so pissed. That actually makes sense, Eddie
That's why
Money.
he stayed to watch the celebration.
Yes, that's why he's like, oh my, you know what? I'm changing my bet. I'm changing
You
my
change it, Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
I hope it comes out.
And it was all on one game. It was all in that championship game.
Make sure you clip this when you're.
See,
editing
I was
it so we
against.
can go
I
back
was
and say we
against.
called it.
I was against. The story coming out. But once it comes out, I think we deserve a name. Not that we deserve it. It's just I want to hear it. Now I want to know.
Yes.
So because
yes.
Rafa wants to hear it.
Now I want to
Put it
know.
out
No,
there.
we all, come. How do you
No,
do that?
everybody wants to know now. Like, fuck, dude, how
Like,
bad
come
are
on.
you?
Like, how bad is Adam Schefter just freaking out? Like, all the NFL insiders, they're like,
Woj.
like totally like sabotaging each other. Like, I heard this or planning stories.
Oh, yeah.
The dude who comes out with that name, my money's on Schefter. There has to be, is there a line on Bovada? Who's going to break that story? Because I feel like there should be a line on it. Well,
I love it.
that's the segment of Don't Be a Loser. It brought to you by Julio's Pizza, the whole show. everybody. That leads us into one of our more popular segments. And if you guys don't know what we do, every week we fire somebody. Right? We're playing fun. We don't want to see.
It's a make believe firing.
Yes.
So if you played bad last week or you did something stupid,
yes.
That's when we say, you should be fired for the week.
The Dodgers bullpen, which clearly needs to be fired. Again, I'm going to fire them again. I'm going to start. I'm just going to fire them until they fix the problem. The Dodgers.
We did fire AD like 7 times.
It's just like the Lakers. You're going to keep firing.
Yes. I'm just going to, until someone listens to us.
All right.
So
who do you got, anybody?
All right, so I'm firing Aisha Curry.
Let's hear it.
So I think
hold on.
I don't know.
Aisha Curry, Steph Curry's wife.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
boy.
I'm not sure what show it was, but she was like a guest on it, and for some reason this dude and like with no shirt on comes out with drinks, right? And so she is starting to like make believe take off her ring finger
Oh no.
On TV.
on live TV.
Oh no.
And then the homegirl sitting next to her is like trying to stop her, right?
Crawford
But she
just shook
keeps
his
going.
Dude. Can I
This
just
is
say?
bullshit.
Can I just say this? It proves. Listen, if you're a young man, and this is an adult show, but nice guys finish last.
100%.
And Steph, you're too nice. You need to put your foot down. You need to do something, Papa, because if your wife on national TV is doing that shit, either she has a
All the women are going to say, oh, she's joking around.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck. You
I don't
joke
care.
around
Yeah,
in
who cares?
private.
Yeah.
Joke around in private.
yeah. Don't embarrass your husband.
Don't
like that.
embarrass
The
him.
whole
Isn't this the
world.
second time, that last time that an open relationship type of
Yeah,
deal?
so that's what I'm gonna say
I
again.
wouldn't
It
fuck her
opens that up
anyways, to be
again.
honest with you. I'll say it straight out. She's not that
I
cute
don't know.
looking.
My mouth is. I don't. What did Rafa just say right now?
I don't care. She's not that good looking to sit there taking off her ring. I don't care.
Wow.
Dude, we're on YouTube. We're good.
We might be on
We might
Rumble
be, yeah.
next week.
Dude, like, come on. That's so disrespectful
We
to
might
your
have to run
husband.
on Twitter.
Bro, and her husband's Steph Curry. Her husband's not Seth Curry.
Nobody.
It's not Seth, bro. This is
Even
Steph.
if it was Seth, that's still
Yeah,
he's an NBA.
100%.
Four-time NBA champ.
MVP.
Yeah, my wife.
Greatest shooter ever.
My wife thinks you're handsome, which
Well, we could go ahead and say if there is no Steph, there is no Aisha. Nobody cares who you are.
100%. She's a nobody.
dang.
So why are you disrespecting him?
Yes.
Oh, man. What a take.
listen,
What a take.
listen, Eddie Money. That's a great firing. And listen, we're all about respect here, but you got respect goes both ways. He has done nothing but build you up, and then you do this not once but twice. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
2 times already. The
Yes.
first time was the whole. Yeah, no.
You know, her friends might be the same Ja Morant's friends.
Ja Morant's friends,
They're rolling around in the same
They're-
circle.
Same circle.
Great firing, Eddie Money. Who else wants to
Go
fire
ahead.
somebody?
Go ahead. Give me
So
something.
I got a whole monologue about my firing.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
So I've been
4
playing-
scores and 7 years ago.
So I've been playing football for 16 years. Of my
Yes,
life. I'm
yes.
20 years old, and I've been enjoying watching people talk about football. And I grew up on Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless. And when Skip Bayless left and Undisputed happened, and that's kind of when I fell in love with like media and sports media.
Yeah.
So I just want to fire Skip Bayless for making Shannon leave Undisputed.
We don't
Because-
know that. This is such
No,
a false
it- no,
accusation.
it's not a false accusation.
So CJ, when you said you were gonna fire Undisputed, you didn't come out and say you were gonna straight up blame Skip. By the way, I don't disagree with you.
I'm blaming
You're
Skip.
blaming. Okay, well then if you blame him, you better bring Exhibit A, B, and C.
Nowhere I'll go to YouTube tonight to find them.
Here we go. So listen, that was a rough relationship. He has
It was rough because Skip made it rough.
but that's
That's part of the show. That's why you
No,
watched.
disrespecting Shannon is not a part of the show.
And
100%.
disrespecting, is he taking it like a little bit because he said, oh, Tom Brady's better than him?
No.
He's just being a big baby.
100%
No.
disrespect is part of the show. There's a reason.
for sure it is.
There's a reason Skip Bayless. Everyone hates him, and he don't give a fuck. You know why?
That's
Because
what makes
those
the money.
checks-
That's why people watch.
the checks come regularly, and that's why people. I name me one person that likes Skip Bayless.
Dude, nobody likes Skip. We all know it.
His accountant, his agent, maybe.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, on TV, nobody likes Skip, and that's why people watch. People watch Skip to hear the stupid shit that he says because that's what sells the ratings.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I don't think. Well,
But,
I want to
like,
hear Shannon
Skip
come
Bayless
out.
is not a Stephen A. Smith because they're the same person. They've never played professionally. They have crazy takes, but Stephen A. Smith is like respectable. Like,
Stephen A. has some dumbass takes as well, dude.
Yes.
Like a lot of them.
but you ain't disrespecting Stephen A. Smith.
The fuck, he's not. Are you kidding? I don't care for Stephen A. Smith walks around the Staples Center talking about. Have you seen him walk around? Like, he needs to walk around and people need to, like, he's waiting for people to say hi to him.
Who's Steven?
Stephen A. Like at the
Yeah.
Staples, he's walking around like, oh, I need people to kind of walk around me and, say whatever, and say hi to me. Like, dude, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
You were a newspaper, right? You were a
He
writer.
goes out in like the community. He does other things outside of sports. That
Dude.
has made him a lot more prominent than Skip Bayless.
You don't know that.
I do because
You don't know
we
that.
all do.
Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless are the same person.
I don't know.
exact same
Yeah,
person.
they're exactly the
Yeah,
same
they are.
person. 100%.
They are. Just one pisses you off more than the other.
Right.
That's all. And listen, they're both personality. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Howard Stern knew what he was doing. Their personalities, they have a persona. That's not who they are at home. At least I pray to God that's not who they are at home.
You don't think
That-
Stephen A. walking around the house?
Yeah. I don't think.
No.
Listen, when you get a niche like that and you get a following and you get a certain reaction and then people pay you to have a certain reaction, you're like, oh shit, okay, I'm going to do more of that. And I think that's who they are. If that's why Shannon Sharp quit, listen, and I'm going to have the dude is built like a brick.
You
wall.
soft, if that's why you quit.
That's what I wanted
You
to say.
soft.
He said it.
He was
Clip
going to
that.
say.
He said that.
He said you got a little, but he said, I'm going to say soft. That's why he quit.
If
You're
that's
soft.
why he quit.
That's
yeah,
not why he
okay.
quit. He quit because he thinks, which he's probably right, that he can branch out with it. He's getting a shit ton of people on his podcast.
Yeah.
He's got the whole cognac thing going, and he's getting people. He can brand his own. He can be his own brand.
Yeah, he's his own
That's
brand.
it. So he's probably watching all these other guys that are their own brand, and he thinks he can do the same.
Yeah.
How big was his deal with how big was his deal with Fox? You don't know.
Oh, I thought you were going to say how big is his deal with knit sweaters.
So you don't know how big his deal is with Fox, right? So
Listen,
Killing Eddie.
when you're buff, you look good in knit sweaters, though.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, he does.
He can.
He rocked that.
Bro,
He rocked that.
He rocked the shit out of
Dude,
that.
he rocked the shit out of that.
He rocked the
100%.
shit out of that probably $8,000 grandma sweater.
So I
Dude,
couldn't buy it.
100%.
I couldn't buy it.
No, he looked good
I
in
could
it.
not afford
He
it.
looks good in anything.
I think him leaving, though, is a soft move. 100%, I think it's a soft move.
How early did he, leave his contract?
Dude, he was nothing.
Well,
no.
So he was on there for 7-8 years.
7 years, I believe. Yeah.
on this show.
on
Okay, when he came on this show, remember this. When you come on this show, you're a professional athlete. But in this shit, you're nothing.
Yeah.
You're a nobody.
In media.
In media, you're a nobody. You're a nobody.
Yeah.
So what? And you're a professional. You were a professional athlete and a very good one, an elite one, a Hall of Famer, and all of that.
Yeah.
But bro, this is Skip's show, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Skip signed a deal where, hey, I'm gonna do this, that, da 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 da. You like it or you don't. This is mine. It's like Stephen A. Smith. Why doesn't he have a co-host? Yeah. Why do they have a bunch of different people? Because Stephen A. is exactly like Skip.
Yeah, he had
Nobody
needs to
can
be the star.
stand his ass.
Yep. No one can stand it.
No. So Shannon took it for XYZ amount of years, and now in my eyes, I think Shannon thinks he's big enough where he can branch out. And his podcast has shown that he's big enough to branch out and do it on his own.
We need to hire his agent. Who makes money in podcasts? We need to figure out how to do that shit.
I'll study in college and I'll come back and I'll
There
do
you
it.
go,
They'll hire
CJ.
me.
No,
That's what I think.
No,
That's what I think on that take.
I agree with you. I
But-
agree with you. But
You can't come on somebody's show and then try and run it. Yeah. The show,
But Undisputed at some point did turn into Shannon's show.
it didn't turn into Shannon's show ever.
You don't think so?
Never.
which I rarely watch, but everyone watched clips because everyone likes seeing, everyone likes seeing like when Rafa and I go after each other, I get like 3 or 4. That's what you guys need to do. That was entertaining.
Yeah.
People like seeing that shit. No one wants. Listen, there's a reason
We're
why.
such nice people that we can't do it all the time. It's the problem.
Y'all mean me, because I'm disagreeing with
There is a reason why the saying is, you can't turn away from watching a train wreck. It's entertainment. We're in the entertainment business. If we're just gonna sit here and monotone and agree with everything,
It's boring.
we would have episode
cares?
7 would have been over, Papa. we would have never have got 398.
I just don't think he ever would have. I just don't think you can't come to a show and I understand after XYZ amount of years you can feel that the show is yours, but when you leave, Skip will still be there, and someone will come on, whether it's LeVar Arrington or whatever.
Look at my hands.
Somebody like that will come on,
Yes.
and so there'll be somebody else,
Who do
and
you-
the show will pick right back up.
I don't think it'll hit the ratings that it hit before.
So who do you
without
think?
Shannon.
Who do you think is next up? Because you
It'll have
got.
to be some retired.
What
NFL
about
player.
JJ Redick?
Oh,
What do you think about that? JJ Redick is starting to make a name for himself.
Yeah, because he's
Just
starting to
in
get
NBA,
feisty.
though.
He's starting to get feisty.
Just
on,
an NBA.
Just an NBA.
Yeah.
But JJ Redick is starting to get feisty on first.
I like
He's starting to get
like
really
Reddick's takes. I think he's interesting as hell.
I think. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's it. I think he's interesting. I think he has experience. He knows what he's talking about. I think he's smart enough, although he went to Duke.
I think the best guy.
Okay.
I think the best guy for it from guys we see now would be Ryan Clark. Because Ryan Clark, when you watch him on ESPN, they have him on it for UFC. He's on
Yes.
for the NFL.
Okay.
He's got his own show.
I don't think Ryan Clark is going to be disagreeable enough.
Oh, are you kidding? Do
He
you not
can,
watch
though.
his?
Yes.
No, he's disagreeable
He
But
enough.
he's
totally.
like kind. He's not.
No,
Shannon's
you are twisted,
Shannon's
dude.
going to get loud with you.
Bro,
And,
don't forget that Ryan Clark literally was the king of late hits for a minute there on that team.
Oh,
Okay?
dirty.
The dirtiest player.
He might have won it a couple years. Dirtiest player. Yeah,
he was very dirty. He's not that nice. He comes off as nice.
But I'm saying his media person, not as a player, but
Oh,
as a
Shannon
media
had
person.
zero media personality.
Yeah, but he-
Zero media presence.
But he does now.
And
has
He
them
does now, but I think Ryan Clark covers all the majority of sports. He can cover them.
Sure.
And,
So-
and don't get it twisted. The visual aesthetics of black and white is almost
Yeah,
necessary.
true.
You could say what you want, but you almost have to put a black guy because the visual, like old white guy,
But
a black
But it also,
professional athlete.
It also allowed the show to get outside of just sports. Like it allowed them to get into politics and the things outside of the show because it was a white
CJ's
and
running
black.
for fucking president or something, bro.
Yeah.
No,
CJ's
I'm
running
just-
for fucking office mayor.
Yes.
Yeah, student body president
Yes.
of this street here.
Yes.
So
Don't say the street, Papa.
I don't even know the fucking name. So it's this
Good.
street here.
Good.
But let me get to my firing before we move on.
Shit, we haven't even got to your final.
No. I want to fire LeBron James
LeBron
for
James.
him getting butthurt with all the other Laker fans, and everybody knows I love LeBron's
gonna say, what-
basketball skills. But he came out today after he's in Europe, and the Nuggets they had some Laker.
They had at least 440 people at their
Oh no,
parade.
that parade was packed. That parade was packed. Don't discredit them. They just didn't have the fucking homeless around the parade like the Lakers do. But the parade was packed. And so they had a couple of Mike Malone said he was going to retire.
You mean Paul Wall?
Yeah, Paul Wall. Mike Malone turned into Paul Wall and Eminem.
Yes.
And then the owner before that said, he turned into the Lakers' daddy.
Yeah.
As he introduced him.
Yeah.
So LeBron, he came out on Instagram and he put something that's just so egotistical. Like, dude, like nobody, and they didn't say LeBron directly. They just said the Lakers.
Yeah.
Like, bro, shut up already.
That
They're probably actually talking about Kobe's Lakers when they whooped their ass, when they had Iverson and all those dudes.
Let me tell you. So a very intelligent man told me once that when you have the best product, you never speak about inferior products. I'll tell you who it was. It was Patrick Bet-David. He told me, when you go into a Rolls-Royce dealer, you think they talk about Mercedes? Hell to the no. Why? Because you're fucking Rolls-Royce. For the Denver Nuggets and Mike Malone and the owners to talk about the Lakers, it just shows their insecurity. Dude, you guys were the best. You guys kicked the Lakers' ass. Why would you bring up the Lakers? It shows a huge insecurity. Like, if you're the top of the line, you don't need to talk about whoever's on below you. You have the championship right there.
Yeah.
Such a sign of weakness, I think. But LeBron should have never
Just
came
shut up.
back.
He said, you can have your light, but I'm the sun. So I'm always,
And that's why everyone
so
hates
cheap.
LeBron
That's
James.
why people hate
That was
him.
so cheesy.
and
It's
that's
cheesy
what-
as fuck.
so cheap.
And
He
that's
probably
why
read it
everyone
off
hates
some
him.
fucking
Yeah.
wall there in Europe. Oh,
my
due to the
God,
sun.
yes.
I'm the sun, LeBron.
God, no.
Fucking guy.
Seriously, man. Just like, LeBron, you just can't stop himself. So, who else? Anyone?
That's it. Oh, you got somebody?
Yeah, Big John has to.
Uh-oh.
He wants to fire that pizza was too spicy.
Nah. I'm not rocking with Jamar Chase recently.
What'd he say?
Really?
You know, they had asked Joe Burrow, who he thinks is the best player in the NFL. and
Let
he
me guess,
said,
Big John. He talked shit about a Kansas City Chief.
Yes,
he goes-
yes, you know where
but
he's
he
going.
went-
You know where
like,
he's
it's obvious,
going.
It's Patrick Mahomes, and like, there's nobody close. And
Joe
then when
Burrow
they-
said that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
When they asked Jamar, they're like, oh, Joe Burrow, and they're like, oh, Joe said Pat, and he said Pat who?
Oh, the
Yeah.
disrespect.
No,
saying,
listen,
you
I
don't-
love that
You
shit.
don't talk about
Rafa
greatness like
Donald.
that, and they just beat up on you like that. Super Bowl champion, you don't disrespect.
Dude,
Rafa
the
don't agree with that.
disrespect. Can
Don't
you believe
agree.
that shit? That doesn't bother me. Wide receivers
Look,
gonna
at, look
talk.
at Mike Trout. Look at Mike Trout running a
I'm from a
4-2.
Chiefs fan. Didn't know who Christian McCoy is.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, at least I know my history.
Woo! Listen, that is You're Fired. Brought to you by special sponsor Associated Building Materials in Torrance. If you are in the market, if you're building a pool, a block wall, you need rock, sand, bricks, anything. A very, very close friend. I'm rocking all the gear. Associated Building Materials in Torrance is Felipe is the man. If you guys are looking for a great business, a good person you want to do business with, and I mean,
Firsthand, I know firsthand.
Yeah, you've done a ton of business with them.
Great delivery, great
Yes.
service. Prices are always
And they go anywhere.
very, very, very,
And-
very competitive.
And they go anywhere. Thank you, Papa. Associated Building Materials. We love you. Rockin', look at, just sent me a ton of gear. Felipe is a man, huge Dodger fan, by the way.
The biggest Dodger fan I know.
Huge. This guy he loves baseball so much.
Dude, he bleeds it.
Dude,
He bleeds Dodger and what's the other team? The Cachorros?
Yes.
He bleeds that blue.
Cachorros, yes.
The Charros. He
by the
bleeds
way,
that Charro blue.
he's gone to a Dodger baseball game with almost every single person in Downey
Except for
me.
Except for you. I've seen it.
Last night
I've seen
again.
it.
Last night again, Papa went with somebody. He goes to every Dodger game. I'm thinking like I have to be next in line. But thank you, Associated. Listen, I'm begging
Dude,
over here,
Eddie
Papa.
over here sounding like
It's
Shannon
bleeding.
Sharp.
I'm
Soft.
I'm soft.
I'm begging over here, Felipe. I want to go to a Dodger game. Not tonight, though.
Yeah, tonight's a rough night out
Tonight's
there.
a rough night at Dodger
Tonight
Stadium.
is the Sisters of the Nuns of the Dancing Queen.
Tonight was the night.
That's tonight, player?
Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, which we had a big segment on. Look, CJ's like CJ's.
Dude, you gotta
CJ's
catch up.
been in Colorado Springs with the Air Force. He has no
That's
idea
what
what's
it
going
is.
on.
You don't know what's going on here.
But listen, I talked about it with my wife. Like, tonight was the night that they were going to honor the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. I think they put a lot of people. I hope they tripled security, because we all know religious zealots and crazy people. I would not feel comfortable. I don't even feel comfortable at Target, by the way. I had a panic attack at Target the
I
other
wouldn't
day.
go on a Target.
Yeah.
Me neither.
So, yeah, that's the whole thing. Felipe, we love you. Thank you for all the gear, Papa. Associated Building Materials in Torrance. We will have that information for you, and we can't thank you enough, man. I love you. I love you, brother. I love you like a brother. This guy is an amazing person, great friend, and he will treat you. He will treat you like family if you go do business with him. I promise you, he will treat you like family. So that's our You're Fired segment. And that's all I got to say about that, Rafa.
That's it.
So,
The next topic we've already covered.
So we got 10 minutes till our next.
10 minutes? Ooh, man.
So we can just fill it up with whatever.
Let's do. You want to do NFL offseason, or you want to cover that afterwards?
I think we cover it after.
Let's do it afterwards.
Since we already kind of covered some of the NBA stuff, what do you think about Kat saying that the 2022 Timberwolves season
Did you
was
see the whole
more
thing?
impressive?
Did you see the whole thing?
I'm just
It doesn't matter.
Did you
Doesn't
see the whole?
matter.
No, it matters. Did you see the whole thing?
no. So you can explain it.
All right, so I saw the whole thing. It's still bullshit, by the way, but
Yeah.
but
Making you feel bad, right, Eddie?
But you know, you kind of bullshit, like, kind of. So he was on with Patrick Beverly on that podcast, and so he said when we played them, they didn't even talk. He goes, the Nuggets, they didn't even talk. They knew where they were going to be. Like, they were there. The ball was there. He goes, we were stunned. He goes, our team, we had to put it together in a month. That's what he was that's what he was talking about. So that he felt, which I still think it's stupid to say it.
It's so stupid to say.
It's stupid to
because
say
you know people are gonna take it out of context, which everyone did, and it just sounds so idiotic.
He felt like them getting to the playoffs where they hadn't been in a while or whatever, and they hadn't been competitive in reality. Getting to the playoffs on such short time, after their trades and this and that, they had like a month to put it together. So that's what he was talking about. He was talking about the Nuggets preparation leading into this year. Well, they've had like 4 years to put it together. So he was very impressed by the way they played, by the way. He said, we played them, and dude, they didn't talk. Like, this guy's there, the ball's just going there, and we're like, oh shit.
It just
like, what's going on? He shouldn't have said it. But
shouldn't have said it. It sounds ridiculous. And Cat, dude, how much talent does he have? Is he gonna stick it out there? Is he gonna move? What's gonna go on with them, Papa? I mean,
I think he should move. I think it's time to go.
Nothing's happened.
Nothing's happened, and they brought Gobert, which is for the league.
Maybe
the
one of the worst
Gobert.
trades is going down as maybe one of the worst trades in NBA history. As far as what they gave up. Danny Ainge, right? Danny Ainge was he the architect
GM for Utah?
He was the architect for that, right?
Yeah.
Danny Ainge, bro, you need to go to jail.
For stealing, man. You done robbed him.
You are Pink Panther, bro. You stole some shit. That's like Ocean's 14. You've ripped that freaking franchise off. Good.
I think Cat should move and somewhere, Portland maybe. Play with Dame and help him out a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about that. Dame's going to San Antonio.
Oh my God, you are hard up on that Dame to San Antonio talk.
Why would he
To play with fucking this turd?
Yeah, why would he be going to San Antonio?
Wembayama is
Dude, I'm so pumped to see this turd.
He's not even the most ready rookie in the class.
I'm sorry.
He's not.
I've seen at least 3 clips of him.
I've seen plenty of clips of him getting his ass whooped. Dude,
You just don't like the French.
By, I think his name is Kenny Lofton on the
Oh, he
Grizzlies.
did. He killed him.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Kenny Lofton's a big boy, looking like CJ. 100%.
Yes. What else you got?
He bodied his ass up.
Pat also said that when he retires, that he said he will have changed the game.
Change the game in what way?
As he just said, change the game
He will be
from his play style. and
If
what
he
he's done
doesn't change something, he will be one of the most talented guys that never did shit. But
Yeah,
that's not changing anything.
What does he think he's done?
Yeah, dude.
Does he? He
Listen, when you get the amount of money that when you get the
He might have
Rafa,
bumped his head.
when you get the amount of money that these guys get, you constantly surround yourself with yes people and how great you are. And if my wife told me I was skinny every freaking day, I would think I was skinny.
You sure?
Look at CJ's looking at me like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
I'm sick, bro.
Yeah, like I'm just telling you, these guys don't have enough no men around them, and he's obviously just after the first comment and then after this comment, someone needs to sit down and have a talk with him because he's losing his shit.
Yeah, he's not even an all-star at this point anymore.
Ooh, that's
In the West?
bold statement.
In the West, like, dude,
I,
there's guys better. Dude, he's not even top 20 in the league right now.
you have us all befuddled over here, Rafa. Like what?
Is he top 20 in the league right now?
No.
I'm gonna
Bro, are
say
you
I'm
kidding?
gonna say yes. What did Cat average? What were his numbers this last year, Eddie Money? Look at Eddie Money. His eyes roll
I
back.
think like 15
His eyes
guys.
roll back and goes 2023 rebounds, and then he spits it out like a
Dude, there's like
piece of
15
paper
guys
comes
in
out of
the
his
West
mouth.
that are better than that dude.
Well, we all have stories, Rafa.
Dude.
Eddie, he's having extra.
Did he only play 29 games?
Yes, check mark.
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. That's why he was talking about it. It was so impressive because you only played a month,
So
bitch.
who put a fucfucking microphone in front of him?
Patrick Beverly.
Oh, bad move, Patrick.
No, but he didn't say this year's Timberwolves. Last year's.
Last year was even worse.
Exactly. It created,
Oh, yeah.
Although it did create probably the funniest like Twitter clips of all time with Pat Beverly like throwing his
Ripping
shirt.
out, that song.
Yeah.
That's dude.
I'm crying.
I love it every freaking time. That is a staple.
What were his numbers this year, anyways?
So he averaged 21.
Mediocre.
With 8
You average
rebounds
21 now.
and
You're
5
fucking
assists.
mediocre, dude.
You're not mediocre.
You're Malik Monk, motherfucker. Shut up. Come on, man.
Give him Malik Monk.
I take Malik Monk any day of the week.
Over him, right? Fuck these playoffs.
Yes.
Dude, 21 points is at the way the NBA has changed. 21 points is
21, 8, and 5 was his average.
weak.
Yeah.
Weak. You take that.
Taylor Swift's boyfriend gets that now.
Who's Taylor Swift's boyfriend?
You don't know who Taylor Swift?
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves. Austin
God.
has stepped up his game, Papa.
Weak. Should have been dating a Kardashian, bro.
No, we can't have another episode of the Kardashians.
No
No.
more. Listen, dude. Taylor Swift is a notch above a Kardashian.
No. Disagree.
Yes. No.
Eddie.
Hard
Yes.
hell no.
Dude.
Pause.
Taylor Swift. See,
Let's pretend. Hypothetical.
yeah, and
Hypothetical. Taylor Swift doesn't sing. All right. And the Kardashians don't screw guys on porn. And they all walk in through the door. You're telling me that from the 5 Kardashians or 6 or 7, bro, I'll name them from bottom to the top. Taylor Swift, Caitlyn Jenner, and then from there on.
not a chance. So you know what, Rafa? You're passing all of Middle America.
Dude,
Taylor Swift in Iowa, Kansas.
I don't care. This is LA, bro. This is not Iowa.
I'm telling you.
Dude.
Hey, don't disrespect Iowa over here.
Yes.
We're still choosing the Kardashians.
Dude.
I'm just
Are
telling
you
you.
kidding?
Eddie, there's
You're gonna-
like 6 of choices versus
By
one.
the way,
Caitlyn Jenner be one of them.
how awkward would it look for Austin Reeves to walk in with the Kardashian? That don't look right.
Which one?
Any of them, even Caitlyn.
That'll be fun.
Stop talking about Caitlyn.
No, he can date Chloe. Chloe likes to date Lakers.
Yeah, we all know that.
No, so I didn't know that. I didn't know AR-15 was dating Taylor
Oh, it's a
Swift.
big story. It's a big story. They were seen at a concert in like Kansas or some shit like that, or Arkansas, because he's from Arkansas, I believe. But they were seen together. That's what you guys don't
Good
understand.
for him. That's when you know you made it big time.
Oh yeah,
Dude, that's like when Romo was nobody, and then he was dating, what's her name?
and I heard also.
You remember her, the blonde, Jessica Simpson, right?
Jessica Simpson,
Oh.
yes.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But I also heard that AR-15 has gotten this huge shoe deal
From?
from this like awkward ass shoe that I've never heard
Asics?
about. No, we've all heard of Asics. We're wrestlers. We wear Asics as wrestlers. No, but there's like some crazy ass shoe deal.
Rigor.
There you go.
Is that like a Chinese deal, like Clay Thompson's?
Yeah. So he's a Austin Reeves.
7 figures, I saw, right?
Good for
Yes,
him.
yes.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's so cool. Austin Reeves, Papa, you're a top G, man.
So now you're dating Taylor Swift.
You got a $7 million Chinese shoe deal.
You got a
don't-
couple $1 million in shoes.
Yes.
She can pay for everything, which she shouldn't, but she probably will.
She makes way more than you do.
Still shouldn't pay for everything. Is he staying with the Lakers?
The Lakers say he's a priority, is what I've heard. Is that
Lakers have a lot of priorities.
yeah?
But he actually
winning
is-
not be one of them.
They got a lot of priorities.
Yeah.
But he actually is like a priority the way he played.
He had too much-
Over, let's say, a scorer, like
I
a
don't
real
think-
scorer.
He was our scorer.
That's the problem. He shouldn't be.
He shouldn't be.
That's the problem. He got way too much of a.
He should be your third option.
Yeah.
Not your second. And actually your fourth option with the team you have.
Yeah, Eddie Money, is that the connection there or the connection there?
Just the way, I don't know. Jade's figured out the perfect way to hold it.
Oh, yeah. Wish
Jay.
Jay was here.
No.
I don't know. Try holding it a little higher.
CJ, we're gonna get you a new mic, bud.
So listen,
Not tonight.
we're
It's gonna happen.
we're coming upon the break. We
Yeah.
have. Let me tease this over here first. We've had interviews before, but with Michael Brown, a realtor.
Richard Dice.
ex
Odie.
football player, Odie. But we have a professional athlete, and he's a former light heavyweight champion of the Power Slap League. This guy is an awesome guy, down to earth, and we reached out to him. He agreed.
He actually reached out to us first.
Yes. So
He's very cool. I exchanged a little bit, but I didn't tell him that I knew you.
oh yeah, he might not come on the show after watching you just talk shit about all of Middle America. He's from Kansas.
I did not.
Yeah, you said people in Kansas do not associate themselves with the Kardashians. I
didn't say that.
I live in Kansas right now. They definitely not associated themselves.
Well, now your microphone doesn't work, so
I turned it down.
so listen, we're gonna take a small break, but coming up next, two Nobodies with the mic, official interview with a light heavyweight champion,
Vernon Cathy, the mechanic.
the mechanic.
That's a badass name, by the way.
Yeah.
He's an actual mechanic.
He's an actual mechanic, and Dana White has said the best slap of all time, I believe. Is
The greatest effing slap of all time.
the greatest
Wow.
effing slap. Stay tuned. Call your parents. Call your cousins, your primos, your primas, your ninos, your nanas. And we're going to have a great interview for you. And we're so excited. But we're going to take a little break, get a hold of them, and we're going to get our ducks in a row. So Eddie is 50 years old. My prostate is, I got to piss.
Wow.
Big Vern, yep.
Yeah, awesome, man.
Not a surprise.
Live now.
Here we go. Let's put the music on, Papa. Here we go. Yes. Welcome back, everybody, to Two Nobodies with the Mic, episode 35, and we have a very, very special guest for you today. We have promoted it for a couple days, had a ton of interest. Big Vern, we have Big Vern, the mechanic, Kathy in the house, straight from Gibson, Kansas, former lightweight, heavyweight champion of the Power Slap League. And Big Vern, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. Everything's awesome.
So are you in Kansas right now, Vern, or Big Vern? Are you in Vegas?
I'm in Kansas right now. Yep, I'm back here at home.
Nice. So if you guys don't know, like I said, Big Vern is a former lightweight heavyweight champion of the Power Slap League. It's a new sport. And
I lost the championship battle, so technically I'm just the runner-up. And, I'm number one contender. But yeah,
okay,
I'm pretty good.
I did no. I've talked to a lot of people that are like, if that dude were to ever slap me, literally my head would be detached from my body. But we have a ton of questions, Big Vern. First, break down the Power Slap League and how you got involved, if you could.
The Power Slap League, it's through Dana White and Frank and Hunter, and it's a league that just started growing. Dana had an idea, he saw it happening around the world, and he's like, hey, let's just bring this to America and just make it full scale. So one thing led to another. They actually contacted me, and it was one of those deals. They're like, as it's starting, they need a guy that's not going to back down and not going to flinch and follow the rules. So here I am.
Dude, so that's so interesting. So answer me this. So the Power Slap League, so is there like minor leagues? Is this stuff going? You said you saw it all around the world. So this is something that has been going on. Like Dana White, by the way, if Dana White backs anything, I'm saying yes. I don't care if it's a beer drinking league. If Dana White's involved, I'm saying yes. The guy's a genius, and to have his backing, it brings instant credibility. And dude, that's so amazing. You got the phone call. I mean, did you have to think about it? Is this something that you already saw, or how'd that go?
So the crazy part is, I got a phone call about it and contacted, and the thing was, I didn't know it was for the UFC. I didn't know it was for Dana White. The original thing I did was all hush hush, because if they would have immediately came out like, hey, this is for Dana White, like people would have just came out of the woodwork.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I was just like, they told me, they're like, hey, we're going to pay you to come out to Vegas. You got to do this. And it's a slap competition. And I was like, okay, I don't care. I don't back down from anything. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it,
By the way.
And one thing led to another. Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen our promo, Big Vern talks about guys from the Midwest are different. And I know this for a fact. I had a coworker who was a pig farmer in Iowa, and this guy's hands, Big Vern, were like yours, just these meat chops, and he was the craziest mother effer I've ever met in my life. So when you said that, I immediately just related to you. I'm like, he is not lying. Dudes from the Midwest that grew up on a farm, different.
Wow. I mean, just honestly, look at any sport besides like probably swimming. Any physical sport, D1 football, basketball, it's like, Midwest. Oh, we got KU, we got K-State, we got Texas, we got Iowa. I mean, we're just loaded. And then all the other teams, they get our scraps. It's like, we're just Midwest. It's crazy how we're bred, I guess.
100%.
They're bigger.
They're bigger. Not only that, when you grow up on a farm in the Midwest, like to get up at 3 a.m. and work at the age of 13, that's something that's
13's. I think. What age were you working at?
I got my driver's license when I was 13. So yeah,
okay.
I was.
I thought they'd start working on a farm like when you're 4.
Well, I mean, I grew up on the farm. So we always had to do something, here and there. But here in the Midwest, yeah, it's like as soon as you're 13 and it's actually called a farm permit. It's so you can work on the farm and drive farm equipment on the road.
Awesome. That's freaking awesome. So
yeah, like once you're 13 in the Midwest and you work on a farm, it's like, you just
It's
You're
go
just normal
time.
again. You just have a driver's license. Yeah, go time.
So
It's
I wanted
go
to
time.
ask you something. How did UFC contact you? What were you doing before that the UFC said, "Hey, I'm going to call the mechanic"?
So, actually, there was a guy. His name's Devin Schwan. We were supposed to fight years ago, and I used to be a professional fighter. He had issues where he had a modeling contract, and then one time he couldn't do it, and it just went back and forth. And I stopped competing in MMA because I had kids and a family, and then I moved on to the Highland Games,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden, Devin, he's like, you're going to get a call from a certain organization. I told them that they need you, and that's what happened.
By the way,
Wow, that is awesome.
I've looked at these Highland Games. It makes perfect sense. Like, if you guys don't know what the Highland Games are, is it Irish or Scottish? The Highland Games.
Scottish.
It's Scottish.
Yeah.
They wear kilts. They do all these crazy. It's like a strongest man competition. And,
Yep, it's like a traditional strongman competition.
and
Yep.
you did that for 8 years. And how'd that go? Like, were you? Is it very competitive, or is it something you guys?
It's very, very competitive. Yeah, I competed in the under 200 pounds because I'm like right at 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
So the weight limit is 200 and under and 200 and above. So I cut weight to compete, and I was always in the top 20 in the U.S., sometimes top 10 in the U.S. So very, very competitive, and I traveled all over.
So before, I didn't know you were a fighter. That's awesome. In high school, like, did you play any football, wrestling? Did you grow up playing?
Oh man, everyone always asks me this, and I hate explaining this, but no, I ran track and I played football. I was very, very good. Do you know who Jordy Nelson is?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's second place. So.
Oh shit! Wow.
Really? Wow.
Same school?
Yeah, we grew up 45 minutes from each other. We competed all through high school, junior high, ran track, played football. So yeah, no, that's who I competed against all the time. And let's say one thing led to another. I was a jerk and a dickhead as a kid, and I thought I deserved more. So
Sounds like
I didn't go the D1 route. Yeah. I could give motivational speeches to kids about literally, listening to your elders and understanding what's going on. Cause my family, I love my family. They're great, but they weren't very sport oriented. I was, and, their work ethic and do this, do that.
Yeah.
Well, I was given some opportunities to play football at different colleges, and I didn't understand what like red shirt meant. I didn't really, I was young and I didn't know like, hey, you're not going to play, you're blah, 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 you're going to do this. And to me, in my mind, I was like, well, I'm fucking good enough. Like, no, I'm either I play or I don't play. So I didn't play, and I kind of ruined myself, but life's good. We're here now and everything's fine.
Man, that's incredible. So is there future plans for you how do you like Vegas? I mean, obviously, I totally respect this whole genre that's going on. Like, you guys, I was talking to these guys earlier, and I have so much respect for the athleticism. Like, people don't want to call you athletes. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And I talked to my buddies. I said, listen, I can't think of any other sport in the world where you have to go through a tunnel and know that you possibly are going to get knocked out. And someone said UFC, but you could defend yourself in UFC.
Right.
To me, like an analogy would be being a baseball player, going up to the plate, knowing that you're going to get hit with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball to the head and have to get up.
And you can't move.
Can you explain?
Yeah, you can.
Can you explain your thought process as you're going up to that stage, knowing very possible that you're going to get knocked out? That, to me, that takes great concentration and just amazing focus.
So, yeah, like you said, I mean, when they say we're not athletes, I get it all the time. To me, like people that play chess are athletes because, it takes lots of preparation. Anything you got to prepare for, I think, you can classify yourself as an athlete.
Yeah.
But back to what's going on, I always tell people in every sport, there's a percentage that's going to be mental. You can be the greatest hitter in the world in this sport, but if you can't stand there and take it, you're not going to go. And I'm just, once again, the Midwest side of me, it's like, hey, I'm here for a job. I got to do my job. I'm okay with with all the outcomes that are possible. You know, I still get mad when I lose. I mean, obviously, if you watch some of the promos, I lost my shit on the last one. Because if you watch the whole fight, I got up, I walked around, I did everything they wanted me to.
Yeah.
And, but you know, even my loss is entertaining to the masses because, you know, I stood there, I took the hit, I didn't flinch. You know, I took 2 hits, didn't flinch. So, you know, to me as a spectator, if you're watching that, you're like, oh shit, you know, you're getting excited. You're like, oh man, is he going to get a go again?
Oh yeah.
If you watch it and there's guys that are just flinching and nothing's happening, I mean, that's not entertaining. So as the sport's growing, it's gonna need guys like me, win or lose. So that's what I love about it.
100%. So, you know, I'm watching it, going down, watching everything. The fact that, you know, there's very strict rules. Half of the strike, if you're a striker, there's so many fouls. And I kind of get why there is, because you want to knock this dude out so bad, so you don't get knocked out. And I saw something. You could tell me if I'm right or not, but there's a coin toss, right? And if you win the coin toss, you have the decision if you want to be the striker or the receiver. And 19% of the time, the guy who strikes first knocks the guy out. So I can understand why you might want to pivot, like give it everything you have, not to, you know, be on the receiving end of this. So is that you have to have discipline, right? There's technique and there's discipline involved. So
yeah, and it's getting a little, you know, yeah, man, I don't know how to put it. There's some stuff that happens that, you know, and it's new and upcoming. You know, we're training the refs. You know, we're trying to get everything figured out. You know, I've had some issues with my last match. It's here nor there. I lost.
Yeah.
I thought I was clubbed. We've never seen the footage. They won't release the footage. That's why I got in a huge argument in the back. But here nor there. Yes, there are rules. You know, you can't go too far up on the head. You know, you can't pivot. You can't. And there's, you know, we're trying to keep it as safe as possible, but yet knockouts are going to happen.
Yes.
If that makes any sense.
And you are considered a knockout artist. I mean, at one point, I think, like, technically, you've had the strongest strike. That's what you're known for, a huge striker. Can I ask you a question about your championship match with AJ Hints? You know, you knocked him down, but when I saw it, I feel like it was sort of a mishit. Do you think that you didn't get everything? You still knocked his ass down, but he got up. When you see
that's where the controversy is coming with me. Is I've been following the rules to the T.
Yeah. And
that we had a huge rules meeting before. They're like, hey, we're going to call clubbing. We're going to call stepping. We're going to be on top of it. So I'm all like, shit, you know, this is a championship battle. I better tone it down some, you know, I better not, you know, go full bore. And then retrospect, once again, I lost that one. And I didn't hit him as hard as I normally do.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to follow the rule. And then if you watch my last one, I hit him good, but it wasn't like the first 2 guys I knocked out.
Yes, I agree 100%.
So I'm telling you, when they release me this next time on the next guy, everyone better be paying attention.
Oh, wow.
I mean, listen.
I love it.
I'm done. If I foul on a club or whatever, but he's getting hit as hard as I normally hit people. So
sort of like a Russell Rivero, right? Like, he's known for knocking dudes out, but he has a ton of fouls, and he's like, I'm going to just give it everything I got, but he's not winning matches because he's
fouling.
He's fouling so much.
Yeah, and I've never fouled. So
yeah. So to ask you a question on top of that, because I watched this match with Hints a bunch of times. What's the rules as far as receiving a strike? And tell me, you can call me an idiot, I don't care, but I saw this.
No,
and when you took the hit from AJ, I thought you tilted your head down and gave him like a perfect target. Is there a certain angle? So you've seen what I've seen.
Did you see my last? You watched my last match, obviously.
Yes.
So you noticed my head was in the proper position. Everything. That was my match against AJ was 100% my fault. You know, you get the lights, the camera. You know, it's some big money was on the line. I mean, it's like we're low level UFC fighters, so it's not like I'm playing for $2,000. You know, it's money.
Yes. Money's money.
So-
$5 is a lot to me.
So what happened is I prepared myself this whole week, everything up to that match for him going on 3.
Okay.
And yes, he said 2. I heard 2, but I prepared myself for 3 still. So I got up there, I stepped. He did the 1. I took a breath. And when I thought it was 2, I was going to turn my head up and then take another breath. Well, I got hit on 2.
Oh, man. That explains so much. I'm so glad.
That's why you saw my eyes were closed.
Yes.
Like everything, because because the ref calls it out. He calls 1, 2, and then the third one, obviously,
Yes.
he's not going to call it out because you're getting hit. So I was breathing, and I'm calm. I'm a calm guy anyways. You can watch all the other ones. I'm calm. I didn't tense up. I didn't
To me, it's
kudos to AJ. He got into my head in the match and he got it.
to me, it's the most incredible thing I've ever seen. To stand there knowing a guy is gonna try to knock your ass out and not flinch. And there's a lot of flinching fouls.
A lot of flinch, and I don't move a millimeter.
It's insane to me. Like that's against every sense that you have in your body not to flinch. Like, it's insane. So
Yep.
going on that, let me ask you this. Do you have a coach? Is there coaching involved? Do you train? How do you train? How does that work?
Yeah, how long does it take you to get ready? If they said, "Hey, you're on Power Slap 3 whenever."
I like at least a month because, I'm not Patty Pimblett, but I get pretty fat and I just enjoy food. And my buddy, he does barbecue competitions. I go with him to do those. So,
Nice.
I'm a Midwest guy. We're always partying, drinking, having a good time. So I need a month. 30 pounds is a month for me. So I just need a month. And then once I know, I start working on my feet and doing some training and stuff like that. But, I feel like, I got 90% of it just because I don't flinch. And once again, even if I lose, it's an entertaining fight.
And
if I win, it's entertaining just for the mere fact that you're going to see me get hit. I'm not going to flinch, and it's just going to be, it's comparable to baseball when a guy hits a home run. Every time we're getting hit in the face, you get that excitement like someone hit a home run, and that's what I want. And if someone flinches when they're getting hit, they're going to be like, oh, you get all disappointed because like, oh, that was a shitty one.
Yeah.
And I don't want that.
And can I tell you this? Because we talk about this all the time. We had a big segment on boxing and Dana White. Dana White doesn't care if you win, if you're undefeated and have an unentertaining match. Dana White is about entertainment.
He'll call you out. He'll call you a piece of shit on TV.
I love that.
That's why he's a genius. And that's why I think, obviously, you're a pioneer. Number one, you're a pioneer of the sport. And number two, I think you're going to be around for a long time because you get that. You understand. First of all, you're a great representative of the sport. I saw a bunch of interviews. Dana White needs you to promote the sport. You're a great example. You're a family man. And, I've seen a lot of talking shit. Everyone talks shit in the sport. It's kind of hard not to talk shit in the sport. But
it's really hard for me to talk shit, and I normally don't. Like, you got to really disrespect me for me to get pissed off.
So there is, if everyone doesn't know, there's the Tough series, right? Where there's a bunch of UFC fighters that goes into a house. Power Slap had the same thing.
Really?
And my God,
how long did that? Big Vern, were you part of that?
Yes.
How long did that last?
Oh my God, Rafa.
It was 22 days. I lived in a house with 18, 16 guys. I can't remember, for 22 days. And it was,
dude,
shit.
Big Vern,
nuts.
you carried yourself so amazing because I watched like 5 episodes. By the way, Rafa, if you think there's testosterone at the Tough series, for some reason, these guys were going they were fighting almost every day. And I thought,
dude,
it was crazy.
It was nuts. So we have the same producers. So the people that produce Tough and the people that produce Power Slap, the same people.
Okay.
So and I'm still friends with, the producers, Evan, and multiple people on the squad there.
Yeah.
And they told us, they're like, this was crazy.
Oh my God. It was, dude.
But
I got
But you
sucked
need to
in.
watch the new Tough. The new Tough because I got insider information. I can't say anything, but the new Tough.
Oh, well,
It gets
I've been
crazy.
watching it. I mean, it's episode. Is the new one? Is episode 3 tonight, or there's a?
I can't remember.
It's so good, but like I've always watched Tough. It's one of my favorite shows. This one with the power slap, guys slap Jesus. There was guys that
Oh my God, slap
Jesus. They wanted to fight each other every.
Where was this one at? Where was
in Vegas?
In Vegas also.
It almost looks like the same house.
It's actually it is the same house.
I
It's the
knew
same
it.
house.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought, man. My God. So how do you like Vegas? You're not enticed?
I love Vegas. No, it's great. I don't really gamble, so
Smart.
I go when I go there. I go out to different places to eat. I try to see things and do stuff, and it's really funny because if you pay attention and you're not drunk in Vegas, you can run into a lot of cool people.
I've never done that, and I've been to Vegas at least 400 times.
Really?
You're always drunk
Yes,
by the time fucking.
My
I was
grandparents.
gonna say every time I'm there, I meet a famous person, like every single time.
Oh, totally. It's
Walking out, like just walking around. I'm like,
yes.
Buckley from the UFC. Me and him ran into each other. We took some photos together. You ever watch there's a YouTube channel called TFL. They review trucks.
No, I've never seen that.
Oh, I ran into that guy, so every time I just, I love Vegas. It's a great city. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, all of Power Slap, does it take place in Vegas?
As of right now, yes. It's all in Vegas. It's at the UFC Apex.
Okay.
So yeah.
Big Vern, is Power Slap only sanctioned in the state of Nevada? Because obviously it's very, you can gamble on it, so it's real, number one. Number two, Dana White's behind it. Is Power Slap only sanctioned in the state of Nevada, or can you hold tournaments? Like, is this going to be something that's going to be accepted in other states?
So as of right now, I don't know everything because, I'm just an employee. But obviously, with other interviews with Dana and talking with Dana, they're obviously going to try to branch this out just like they do with the UFC. And, it's just going to take time because you got to do it. It's just like the regular, first UFC, when that started, like no one would pick them up.
Which I saw, by the way. Yeah. I saw the very first one. It was unbelievable. So
yeah, so it's just like that. So we're going to have to, I guarantee by next year we'll have a couple states, more states, and it'll just get bigger and bigger. I do know they're going to go to Abu Dhabi for the next Power Slap, house.
Dude, listen.
I wish I could be a coach on it or something cool like that. It's gonna be nuts. Whatever Dana does, he puts full force into it, and it's gonna be awesome.
He's been there for everything. I think he's a great promoter. I mean, listen, you are famous for having the greatest fucking slap of all fucking time. I mean, when Dana White says
though?
that,
I'll tell you one thing. They don't show the whole footage.
Really?
I mean, just everyone just needs to be like, Dana, release it, because it is not. It's what you see is edited.
Yeah, it's entertainment. Right?
And me and Amir are good friends, but that boy was out. Like, and the noises he made, it was just crazy, And that when Dana's face, you saw his face. That's because he's like, shit, this is real.
So that shit got real.
That was one of my that was one of my questions that I'm dying to ask you. So Amir Nuruddin, did you retire his ass? Like, dude,
nope.
I looked at that and said, how do you stand back up and get into another competition after that shit happened to you?
He had a competition the other day and he did really good.
Shit.
And if you watch the whole house thing, there's more drama between that happened and what I call me a dickhead. So
my wife does all the time. So
yeah. So in the house, when you saw like me getting pissed off, is because there was a point where I may not have had a fight this whole time. Like it may not have happened.
Yeah.
And that's because AJ was heavier and then he had to come down and cut weight.
Yes.
Well, Devin, he had a medical issue, so he couldn't compete.
I saw that.
I didn't compete the first time, so I may have been gone for a whole month and not got paid.
Wow.
because we got paid by our competition.
No
so,
way. You don't get paid
Yeah.
to be there every day?
No, I got paid, but I mean, let's just tell you, I make more money in 1 week than I made that whole month being there for the
okay.
reality show.
Oh, okay.
And the reality show is there to promote yourself, get you going, everything,
Okay.
make you become a better, social media person, however you want to look at it. But every competition you had was just like a UFC competition where you win, you got paid. You lost, you only got paid this much. Well, at that point, I hadn't had a single match the whole time because of issues.
Yeah, the guy had medical issues, but you had already knocked him out before that, I believe. The guy that
Yep, and it was it was going to be a rematch. Yep.
Yes.
So I didn't get paid for that.
Oh, that sucks.
So
Shit.
and I mean, I got paid, but it wasn't like my full on would if I would have won.
Right.
Yes.
So in the back of my head, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, if AJ misses weight, I don't have another fight.
You're asked out.
Amir came in the house and he's all like, I instantly, I'm like, I introduce myself and then I find out, I'm like, hey, someone needs to find out how much this guy weighs.
I
need to get paid. We would have cut off his mullet. We would have cut off his mullet if he didn't make weight.
So they told me and they're like, yeah, he weighs like 195. I'm like, okay. And at this point, I'm weighing 216 pounds, and this is like a day and a half out.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, because I normally cut 9-10 pounds, no big deal.
Yes.
And then I'm like, shit, if he doesn't make weight and I don't get within 8 pounds of Amir, I don't have a match.
That's crazy. And
so what did I do? I lost 20 pounds in a day and a half.
And that destroys the argument, people, about these guys not being athletes. Because, we grew up wrestling. My son wrestles for the University of North Carolina, and I understood
and
the
Team
whole
Puerto Rico.
And Team Puerto Rico. The cutting weight thing is real. So you have to cut weight every single fight. That's respectable right there.
Yeah, and I probably wouldn't have to if I could walk around at 205 if I wanted to. I'm like, I know how to cut weight, and I do it in a manageable process. And it's for a month, and I come down, and I'm usually like, when I get off the plane, a couple days before, I'm like 8 pounds out.
Yeah.
And I eat healthy, and then it's like 4 pounds the day of or something.
Man,
but that one I was like, well, I already cut weight like twice for this whole thing, and then I was like, my roommate, John Davis, he's like, he just knew, he's like, you're doing this, aren't you? I'm like, yeah.
Hell
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm getting down to 195 pounds.
Love it.
And Dana White, he respects that shit. He respects that.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing too. Like we have to make weight, we have to do everything, and we're home run hitters every time. You watch it. You're watching. Everyone watches UFC fight for the knockouts.
Yes,
we're giving you that in fucking 5 minutes, guaranteed.
That's
true.
That is why I truly believe that Dana, obviously just Dana being on board, but I got sucked in from day one because this is what it is. It's excitement, it's entertainment, it's home run hitting constantly, and to see a dude take a shot, wobble, and get back up. How do you not have?
And then give a shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible, brother. And kudos to you for being a pioneer and doing this, man. I have nothing but respect for all the power slap athletes. But man, I'm so pumped that we got a chance to talk to you. So yeah. I know we have Power Slap 3 coming up. I thought you were on the card. I guess.
Did you check it, Eddie Money, to see if he's on the card?
Yeah, so
Eddie might be giving you...
Well, I'm going to check when I get off. Trust me, I'll make a phone call because I'm a little fat.
Eddie's over here giving away fake news, man.
So do you know...
It's fake news.
Yes. So do you know your possible next match? Who you calling out? I know AJ has a match against... it's not Isaiah Quinones.
No, I think he's going against Ron. He's going against Wolverine this next one.
That's right. So, yep. I mean, do you have to have a match to get to that? Because I want to see it. I want to see the rematch with you and AJ, man.
I will do whatever I can, but, my last two losses, or my last loss, that really hurts me, they can't, they they can't put all their money in the basket, that's got a hole in it. So, and I understand it's a business, but also, I'm entertaining. People still like to watch me win or lose, so that's a good part. But I really need to win a couple matches to be able to come back to do that. Honestly,
that makes sense. It makes sense.
That's a great answer.
It is a great answer, and it makes sense. But like I said,
I mean, if they call me up tomorrow and like, hey, you got the title match, of course I'm gonna be like, yeah, whatever, I'm there.
Yeah,
right.
But an aspect, and like I said, I'm not a shit talker.
Yeah,
it's like some UFC guys, they're got 6 fights in, they're like, I need a title shot. It's like,
but like,
I already had my title shot. I messed up. So now I got to step back and get back in the saddle.
But even the little time that I've watched it, Big Vern, I saw that, that your first strike wasn't everything that you could have done. And then, when you took it and you put your freaking head down, I'm like, this dude could beat AJ. If anyone's going to beat AJ, I believe you can. And I want to see it. I'm assuming Dana's smarter than me, so I'm assuming
Just
Dana's
a little bit.
Dana's, yeah, he has a little bit more money than I do. So I'm assuming that Dana and the public want to see the rematch.
So I have a feeling, that's what's probably going to happen. They're going to give me an ultimatum, and they're going to be like, "Hey, Vern, you better win this shit or you're out." And who knows? But I just want the sport to grow. Even if I'm making losses and, I'm not winning, but I'm entertaining, and I wish they'd let me, because the last fight I was fine. I got up, technically I was supposed to get and then I'd had a minute to get to the podium, and then I have another minute to strike. So if you let me go and keep going, it'll be a battle. I may have still lost that match with him, but you would have saw 3 rounds going back and forth of us clocking each other, which I think is entertaining.
Oh my God.
Dude, 3 rounds of that?
So
Come
crazy.
on.
So
are you kidding?
My question, in a championship match like the UFC, is it 5 rounds or is it always 3?
5 rounds, yep.
Okay.
5 rounds.
So it's 3 for a non and then 5 for a championship. Yeah, it's so cool, man. It's so freaking cool. So the question is, like, do you have a coach? Like, if there's coaches, like when you go into a match, there's a guy in back, but do you specifically have a coach?
Normally it'll either be like Robert Trujillo or Ryan Phillips. They'll have someone back there, Donovan Cross.
Okay.
And it's still so hard because, even being a coach, like me and Robert talked about, like, if I got knocked down, like taking my time to get up and all that.
Yes.
But then it happens, you're in the moment, and, you only have so many seconds. It's not like a UFC fight where it's all like, I've been dazed before and, clocked, and it's like the first instinct you do is you wrap up with the guy and you try to, control it and slow it down. But you don't have that ability. You got to get up in 10 seconds. You got to talk to the ref. So it's like bam, 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 bam. So it's, it is just like I do. Once you're in the sport and everything's going, it doesn't slow down. So most times it's like it's just bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
So
that's what I had, for some reason, that's why I thought you were fighting in power side, Donovan, the Mountain Man Cross. Is he the number 2 contender and you're the number 1, or where we stand with you in the rankings?
I don't know anymore. I was number 1. I'm probably, 2 or 3 now. But I think the rankings are going to be a little, misguiding for a while until we really get some matches and get some stuff going,
True that. So let's wrap this up. I have a couple more questions. If I wanted to get, which I don't, by the way, because we would be in the same freaking weight class and you would destroy me. But let's say, like, where's the minor leagues? How would I get into the Power Slap League, man? Like, what are the steps?
Honestly, it's just right now, it's a lot of networking and knowing, MMA fighters or something like that. I think it's going to be a while before we have like a lower level. I know it's kind of crazy that, we kind of just jumped to mainstream.
Yeah.
But in a sport like this, you couldn't wait. Dana just had to, he had to jump, both feet in. So I don't know where it's going to go on that aspect, but a lot of it is truly, reputation and, word of mouth and what's going to go on from there. That's why I got called too, is because, they're like, hey, this motherfucker he's going to do his job and take the hit, and he's going to, not worry about breaking his hand or, not worried about getting knocked out. So,
and you have 100% done that, buddy. You have been a true professional.
And that's going to be the hardest part for a while, because it's just like any other sport. When someone's like, oh, I can, like, wrestlers, people are, oh, I can wrestle. Okay. Yeah. Do it a few times. And then you're like, oh, you know, I'm not so good.
Yeah. 100%. We get that all the time.
Let me ask you real quick. How many guys break their hand? How often does that happen?
I've seen it happen twice so far. Okay. So, a couple guys broke their hands, and then John Davis hit a guy, and his shoulder came out of his socket. He dislocated his shoulder. Dang. So there's some real injuries that happen. So.
For sure. So let's wrap up with this. If people wanted to follow you, Big Vern, give us your handle. How do we follow you on Instagram and Power Slap? How would we do that?
On Instagram, it's Vercules200, and then the crazy part is, like, there's only one Vernon Cathy in the United States, so you just Google
congratulations.
Me. It's like there he is. You know, and then just Instagram, Vercules200, and I try to talk to as many people as possible. If anyone sees me out in public, I am more than willing to talk to people. Like, I don't know if you saw my one feed. I was at Dave and Buster's, and this little kid came up, and he's like, "Are you Vern the mechanic?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
So freaking cool, man. You want me to slap the shit out of you?
I literally that made my whole month, because I just lost my match.
Yeah.
I flew back, and I was with the kids at Dave and Buster's, and this little kid comes up, and he's like, "I saw your match. It's like, I'm sorry you lost. You're still awesome." So I immediately went out to the car, and I'm like, "You want t-shirts?" Like, here you go. Here's t-shirts. Here's this. Like, what do you want?
I saw you post that on Instagram. I saw that.
Do you have any gear? I mean, what's the next step? You gotta get some merch out there. The mechanic, man.
Man, people talk to me about it. I don't know if I have the following yet on Instagram, and it's so hard. Like, you guys doing what you do is so amazing to me, because I work, and just the little time that I do social media is so, it's just like boom, 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 like so much stuff. So now that I'm in it more, and I see people that make money at social media, and they're always posting content.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to ever be like, "Oh, that's not a job." Wait until you're me and you get like, 1,000 DMs a day, and you're just like
replying to
bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, and I'm telling you, I'm like, for a while, I was like probably the most hated person in Power Slap, because if a doctor messaged me, I was like, I'd just rip their ass. Like, I wouldn't care.
Oh, is he trying to say this is the worst sport? What are you guys doing? He's trying to do all that.
Oh,
bullshit.
yeah. If you got a second, I'll tell you a story.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So this doctor, he was trolling me, just trolling me about this and this and that.
What a dick.
Well, for him being a doctor, he's not a very smart person.
Yeah,
because
there's a lot of those, by the way.
Yeah, he used his real name. So I know some people. I was like, "Hey, I think this guy lives in this town and whatnot." I'm like, "Can you look it up?" Blah blah blah. So they do, and they're like, "Yeah, Vern, you're right." I'm like, "Okay," and I'm like, I just I'm just verifying.
Yeah.
And then I go to all the hospitals in the area, and I'm like, "Okay, well, this is him." And then, so I ended up calling the hospital directly and talking to him.
Dude, I thought the story was going way different. I thought you were going to show up and slap the shit out of his ass.
Dude,
that's what I thought as well.
It was funny, because I called him at the hospital, and he's like, "Yes, I'm like, "Hey, I'm Vernon Cathy." And he's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Hey, I'm the guy you troll on the internet about Power Slap." And he's like, "Oh." And I was like, "Yeah, just let you know, you're not the smartest man in the room, and you probably better not talk shit to someone that you have no clue about." And he's like, "Well, I'm just worried for your health." And I go, I didn't know millions of people. I was like, I didn't know millions of people cared about my health until I started doing this.
Yes.
I go, "You're worried about looking like a good doctor." And I told him, I go, "Your job is to help people when they ask for help or they need help." I go, "I don't need your help, and I'm not asking."
Yeah, you're a grown freaking man. This is the United States of America. I'm thinking it's still the United States of America, but people.
Yeah, I think we're still free.
But people are still
trying
they're still trying to tell us what to do. And listen, you're a grown freaking man. You know what the hell you're doing, and you do it very well. And so, what the next step is? How do we watch Power Slap? And more importantly, how do we gamble on Power Slap?
I think it's DraftKings. There's a few other apps that you can get. That's when I'm in Vegas, I always see it. I don't know if I got it right here. I got my odds. Let's see.
Nice.
Yeah, it's STN Sports is the one that we're betting on.
Okay.
And, it's on Rumble. So if you get on Rumble, log in, it's just like YouTube, make an account, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Type in Power Slap. It gives you your channel. And, they've been releasing content. I got TV commercials out there, stuff like that. But
Nice.
Nice. I believe it's July 7th is the next
Power. July 7th is Power Slap 3. Yes.
That's in Vegas.
They're all in Vegas for
okay.
right now.
All right.
So listen.
Yep, all
Now,
in
can
Vegas.
people
And it's gonna
go to watch these or no?
As of right now, it's a closed audience only. So, there's like the Nelk boys, other famous people. I don't really pay attention because
Steve and Dana and Kyle and that's it.
Big Vern, we're drinking Happy Dad right now, Papa. We're drinking some Happy
Have
Dad.
you ever tried
if I would have won, you would have saw Stone Cold Steve Austin. I would have slammed 2 beers and just tipped it back.
Yes, I love
Nice.
it. I love it, man.
So we have great sponsors. Everything's going good, and I just want people to, if you like it, watch it. If you don't, just shut your mouth.
I was gonna
Go
say,
about your
Don't
day.
complain about
Go
it.
F yourself. How about that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't tell you to watch me cut concrete. I'm not. So
That's not a good sign anyways.
No one's watching that shit. So, Big Vern, I just want to thank you again for joining us. You have an open invitation whenever your next fight is, or even if you're not on Power Slap 3, which I hope Dana understands what a great ambassador you are to the sport, and it would only benefit the whole sport because you are a true ambassador, a pioneer of the sport. We appreciate you so much, brother, and thank you for coming on. You have any final things you want to say to the people?
Honestly, I appreciate you guys reaching out to me. And I just want to do my best to show the world that, like, hey, this is a sport. It's awesome, and we're making it grow. So with people like you doing interviews like this and letting me speak freely, it's going to be great.
Oh, yeah, man. We'll continue to support you guys for sure, and you for sure, 100%.
We are the official Big Vern, the mechanic, the show of record.
Oh, for sure.
Yep. All right, I got to say one thing though. It's Kathy.
That's
Kathy.
Yes.
It's all right.
I heard them say it wrong on Instagram.
It's all right. Everyone does. It's okay.
I thought it was Kathy, and I heard you say I'm Vernon Kathy.
I know. I've heard it too.
And I was like, dude, his last name is Kathy, bro.
Listen, man,
it's not Kathy.
You say it wrong once to my face, and I'll get you.
You will remember it.
Yes,
you'll remember him for sure.
Listen, English is my second language, and I don't know any other languages. So I'm challenged that
He's
way.
Struggling with that one.
Yes, I'm struggling with the English already.
All right, Big Vern, thank you very much, man. We appreciate having you on. And we will
awesome.
keep
I appreciate
in touch
you guys, and
for sure. And
keep in touch and do whatever if you guys after Power Slap 3 you like want to do a breakdown or something, you just give me a call.
That'll be
awesome. For sure.
That'll be fucking great, actually.
All right, Big Vern.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Big Vern.
You have a good
All right,
day.
I'm gonna
man.
head out. I gotta go check on the kids. Thank you guys.
Good night, bud. Bye.
Bye.
Very cool, right?
How awesome is that?
Oh,
what a good dude, right?
He was awesome.
What a good
and
dude.
very humble.
Super humble. That's why I
dude,
think,
if I'm slapping people like that, no humble.
Dude, to me, like, people pass out when they know they're going to go get like a shot with a needle. Can you imagine the mental focus walking up to that stage knowing that you're going to be possibly knocked the F out? Like,
That's insane. The mental preparation that they have to go through.
Yeah.
Is what do you think, CJ? Your mic's muted.
There you go.
I'm over here muted in the corner.
What do you think about the Power Slap?
I could never do it. I don't even like watching UFC or boxing.
Really?
Okay, turn his mic off, back off.
Turn his mic back off. Gay.
But yet he wants to talk politics.
Yes, he wants to talk politics. Are you kidding? There's nothing more cutthroat.
There's nothing dirtier than politics.
My opinion.
Yes.
There's nothing more brutal.
Man, that was
I watch college
awesome
football.
interview, and I think we should if he can do a recap after Power Slap.
That'd be cool.
Oh, dude, we're bringing Big Vern back on, and Dana White has to realize he has a treasure on his head. You need pioneers like this, and I think he's 38, 4 kids, 39. Just level-headed. He's a mechanic, loves Ford trucks.
I saw. He's a Ford man.
Yeah, he's a Ford dude. So just man, that was a lot of fun, and I can't wait. I'm hooked.
He himself is built Ford tough.
Yes, 100%.
sure.
You know what? Ford. If you're gonna sponsor somebody, oh my
That's
god,
the guy. He should be the
Right?
next Built Ford
Yes.
Tough. Just a fucking slap.
Bam!
Dude, like, we should make a meme. We should make
We
a meme
should- we
of
should.
him, like, as a Ford truck just slapping the shit out of a Chevy and their,
Yeah.
and their bad transmissions.
Yes.
Just, rah! Like, you slap a Chevy truck and then the transmission comes out the back.
Yes.
Just right out the back. Shoot it right off the bed.
Big
We
Vern-
won't even drop it.
Yeah, Big Vern needs a Ford. He should be sponsored by Ford. How is that? Not
He's got
happen?
some nice big Fords. I saw them.
Yeah, he does. He has some really cool
They're
trucks.
monsters over there.
Super cool trucks, man, and super cool dude. That was a lot of fun. But that segment is brought to you by CustomCars.com. Custom with the K, cars with the Z. We couldn't do it without our sponsors. Happy Dad. Listen, Happy Dad. They're not sponsoring.
They're not
us yet,
sponsoring us, but
how do you not do
we
that?
drink it.
How do you not do that after that interview? Because the Nelk boys are all over this sport. Happy Dad is a sponsor. They're on the stage. So Happy Dad's on the stage as well.
Maybe we can do a Big Vern drop.
Maybe we can start slapping the shit out of each other, Rafa, and see how that goes.
Not with those paws. Are you kidding? Look at Eddie's hands. This man cuts concrete.
Yes.
Are you kidding?
So
No way.
no, that was a lot of fun. Where are we going to next, Papa?
Are we going to cover? Let's cover the NFL. We haven't covered.
Oh yeah, we haven't covered our two best sports yet, NFL or NBA.
Let's go.
I'm going to say that Power Slap's going to be our best
Yeah,
sport.
that's gonna be our best segment.
Dude,
Are you kidding
that thing. Have you seen? Oh, so you don't watch the footage? I'm gonna start sending him footage clips
yeah.
of Power Slap 3. He's gonna have to delete me on
I've
Instagram,
seen clips.
wild.
I've seen clips here and there.
dude.
me? It's so wild.
And it's so like
I've,
gory. It's
I've
like-
seen guys like Eddie was saying, like when they get slapped and then to come back
I feel it.
and then have to go.
I feel
I
it.
didn't know they had to get up in 10 seconds. That is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to
there-
ask him. We
there's
kind of ran out of time.
There's a 10-second count. If you're not up at 10, and then if he deems you have to take a step forward towards the ref. If he deems you to be okay, then you have 60 seconds. And then
To get ready.
And then, dude, there's a kid who's a champion, Munoz. He played linebacker out here in California. He was a stud high school linebacker. It didn't work out in college, but he's actually a champion. And he busted this dude's face up. They went 5 rounds. This kid's face.
They actually went the full
Yeah,
5?
no,
Yes,
I
they
saw
went
one
5. This
where-
kid's face was
And you said, that's
trash.
hideous.
No, I saw one where this guy's face was just like.
Swollen?
There was cuts.
I was like, what is? I
Because you can go both hands. So when you announce that you're the striker, he asks what hand. You say right, and then you say how many. You have 1 to measure, and then if you want to step on 3, you go 1, 2, 3. There was a dude who said 3 and slapped on 2 and got disqualified. Yes.
Well, that's what he was saying. He prepared
Yes.
for 3.
Yeah.
And he heard that he was coming on 2, but he had just
Yeah.
he had just prepared for the fight
Yeah.
at 3. And so that's what 2 got him, and that's what you guys were talking to. But it's very interesting, and we'll come back to that. We'll revisit that for
dude.
sure after Slap 3.
100%.
That was awesome interview. Thanks again to the mechanic, Big Vern and Kathy.
Yeah. So Eddie Money, what do we got on the agenda for NFL, Papa?
So last week we were talking about Hopkins. This week he had a meeting with the Patriots yesterday, and he also met with the Titans on Tuesday, but left without a deal.
Yes.
Let me ask you about this, because you had a take on this.
Yeah.
That he doesn't get along with Bill O'Brien.
So there was a thing. Obviously, Bill O'Brien, head coach of
The
Houston
Texans at a time,
Texans,
yeah.
and then they were there together. Bill O'Brien was the offensive coordinator for Alabama for the last 3 years, and now he's back. He's back with the Patriots.
Was there a rift with them?
D-Hop is saying he doesn't have an issue, but it's hard to believe D-Hop wanted out so bad under Bill O'Brien. It's and there's always been a thing with D-Hop and Belichick. If you've seen the footage,
Like a secret lover?
it's very
Yeah, he always shows him his respect.
like
Dude, it's Bill Belichick.
No,
Every
Bill Belichick shows Hopkins
Yes.
respect.
well, it's Hopkins is the
But
best
dude,
receiver
if
over the last
Belichick
10 years. You can say,
Belichick just doesn't go up to
arguably.
anybody. Belichick has made it a point to always go up to D-Hop and said, "Dude, you're the best in the game."
So like, what are
He
you
wasn't
saying-
lying.
There
What are you
was
saying is coming out of this? Like,
there
situation?
was so what I think there's mutual respect there, and I've told you that the Patriots have the worst offensive team in the NFL.
You're
He-
saying this?
This is a freaking fact.
Okay.
And they need D-Hop, and there's respect there.
Everyone needs D-Hop.
I heard he can't run anymore. The rumor is he can't run. And that's pretty important to be a receiver.
If you're taking all these visits, like he went to Tennessee, he's now in New England.
Yeah.
Is he trying to see how much money he can get?
Well, that's his job. I mean,
so is he staying? Is he going to go through all these visits?
Yeah.
Just to see, or
Just to see how high the price can get.
So then his bullshit list of I want to play with this, I want to play with that, I want to do this.
Listen.
Like you went to meet with the Patriots, they have Mac Brown as their quarterback, bro. That's not what you said you wanted to play with. They have the organization you want to play with. They don't have the quarterback you want to play with. You went to visit the Titans.
Mac Brown, the coach of
I'm sorry, Mac Jones. Mac Jones.
I was going to say, Mac Brown
Jones.
might be better.
I'm sorry. No, don't say that.
No,
I'm sorry, Mac Jones.
No.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
I love when
Big
Rafa
Mac.
makes a mistake. I have to jump all over
Mac
it.
Jones. So that's not what your checklist was.
No.
Your checklist literally said Chiefs, Eagles, or bust. It's what I thought.
100%. But here's the thing: if I'm D-Hop, I sit this out. Teams will get desperate. There will be injuries in training camp and stuff.
You can't wait that long.
I don't think so.
I think he is. I think he's waiting for the biggest paycheck.
No, dude, you can't. You can't bring in a guy where you're going to give him, let's say, $12-15 million for a year, for 1 year or 2 years or whatever it is, and wait for this guy to come in week 3 of training camp.
Well, here's the thing. He came out with that list, right? We talked about it, and he says, I want a head coach. I want a stable organization. I want a quarterback that loves the game, and a good defense and a good defensive line. Basically said, I want to play for the Chiefs.
Chiefs or Eagles?
Yeah.
But the Eagles
Sprinkle Dallas in there.
The Eagles don't need him. The Eagles have the head
No, the Eagles don't need him.
So what's the holdup with the Chiefs? To me, the Chiefs make perfect sense. Do you want?
Have they even called?
So Big John is giving me the money sign.
Dollar bills, yo.
Do you want to? Does D-Hop want to win, or does he want to make money?
He wants to do both.
You can't have both.
I don't think you can have both.
No, I think he wants some money. I think I saw like a report earlier today that was saying that he's looking for something like an OBJ type deal. Like
OBJ,
$15 million for 1 year?
Yes.
I think it's
give it to
17.
him.
I think it's 17
Or is it
million.
18, something like that?
It's 17 million, which I think is ridiculous, beyond ridiculous.
For Beckham, I think it's ridiculous.
It's insane that
I'd give it to Hopkins.
I give it to D-Hop. I wouldn't give it to Odell.
No, I wouldn't give
I
shit
agree.
to Odell. I wouldn't give Odell $2.05 million.
Yeah, Odell has $15 million guaranteed.
Okay. To me, that's insane. They like that. Maybe he's gonna prove us all wrong, right? I think Odell. I don't want to be a hater, but dude,
Because they have 2 first-round picks as receivers. He's technically going to be the third option.
Oh yeah.
If you look at the team,
Who, Odell?
Zay
he should be. They have Zay Flowers and,
And
they
Bateman.
Bateman from
And-
last year.
and
And they
Bateman.
got Mark Andrews.
and Mark Andrews.
And Mark Andrews.
He'll
He's
be-
a tight end. Let's not get
He's
wild
still
here.
gonna be a primary target. over Odell.
100%.
He
But if
is
you look at it, he's
the-
either the third or the fourth option. He got
Yeah.
$15 million. You're giving your $15 million to Hunter Renfro?
Yeah, and then he's gonna talk shit about Lamar when he doesn't get,
His dad's going to send clips.
Yes. Like,
Look at this motherfucker can't throw.
dude, this horrible.
Whoa,
thing.
whoa. It's just the bird, player. You can't. Now I see why he doesn't watch Slap.
No, but if it
Yes.
flies, crawls,
Or walks.
Babies crawl.
Yeah.
I stay away from.
So where do you think Hopkins ends up?
I think he ends up with the Patriots because there's mutual respect. If my issue was with Bill O'Brien, but D-Hop is saying we have no issues. So
God, in that division, I mean,
they're not going anywhere.
They're not
if he
going
goes
anywhere,
If he
but
goes to the Patriots, it's about the money, hands down.
but the Patriots don't pay guys like that.
Yeah.
But they're not paying anyone. They probably, I don't know what their cap number is, but they have to pay somebody. I mean, I think Eddie's the number 5 receiver on the depth chart, and he just had knee surgery.
They paid for my surgery.
They paid for it. You get it done with Dr. Andrews down in Alabama. So, I mean,
What do you see, Rafa? Where do you see him going?
I see him going to. I think Kansas City's going to come in, but I don't think it's going to be that late.
Usually earlier.
Yeah, if he signs with New England, I think any team that signs him is going to be early. I don't think it's going to be wait till training camp. He needs to show up,
Well,
especially a team like the Patriots with Mac Jones. There's no nothing there. There's no chemistry. There's
these vets hate training camp, especially.
That's fine. You can hate training camp when you're playing with a quarterback that's not very good at this time, right? Where he's regressed, you can say, from year 1 to 2 and so on.
Yeah.
You need to come in early,
I agree.
especially if you're going to take that amount of money on that team.
I agree.
And you're going to hear a lot of guys, oh, it's the Patriots, it's a Patriot way, and blah, blah. Well, you hear shit like that, like from Ocho Cinco, who came in late. He was done. Yeah. Fred Taylor, you were at the tail end of your career, right? You don't hear that from other guys. Like Randy Moss got every fucking ball.
Yeah.
That, he was the guy.
Yeah.
So he didn't come in at, all those other guys who say, oh, the Patriot way and blah, blah.
Gabriel Allen.
So, this guy's got Gabriel Allen's calling him.
Gabe wants to talk boxing.
Yeah. So
Gabe
the Patriots would be awesome. I'd like them to have the Patriots. It makes that division so much tougher and funner to watch.
I think Gabe's going to quit boxing. He wants to join the Power Slap League.
Oh, does he have big hands? We could set him up.
Yeah, we could.
Send some videos. We'll have him slap Eddie Money for a little bit. just to see how it goes.
Are you guys friends or are you not friends?
Are you trying to promote him or not?
Yes.
Are you not trying to help your friend get promoted, make
What's wrong with
dollars?
you?
I like to remember that.
Eddie Money's like, what did I do? So what's next on the agenda, Eddie Money?
So we're talking about training camp. So we have a couple major holdouts as of right now. We got Saquon, Josh Jacobs, and Quinnen Williams holding out at training camp right now.
I'd pay Quinn Williams.
Oh, you got to pay the man,
dude, and they don't want to pay. You wouldn't pay him?
I'd pay him.
Oh, you got to pay him.
Have to pay
He
him.
was a star
If
last
you don't
year.
pay him, you need to pay him now or trade him.
He was a star.
He's the bless you, thank you kid. You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Dude, right before that, bless you, thank you.
No, quit it.
Awesome player, by the
Listen,
way. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
You got to pay him.
Saquon, you have to pay as well.
I don't think so.
Ooh, I don't know about that one.
man.
Chief.
Because
He is their offense.
I
Rafa.
agree with you.
You gotta
And
But he's
Saquon.
never healthy.
this
He was healthy last year.
This is my take on Saquon. Saquon is your offense, yes. If we go back to when we watched Dallas pay Ezekiel Elliott, at that time in Dallas's, their time, Dak wasn't very good. So Dak, you needed Zeke to take that pressure off of Dak. You need Saquon to take the pressure off of Daniel Jones. Dallas has regretted that deal 3 years ago.
Yeah, because Zeke just.
Hey, dude, no. It doesn't matter. It's a running back. Running backs fall off all the time.
Yeah, because
They're a dime a dozen now.
Yeah.
And the way the game's going,
But we expected Zeke to be around a lot longer than.
he's still around.
But he's not Zeke anymore.
But-
Well, he got fat and he started.
Last season, he just put up the most touchdowns.
He did.
Well, that's an overrated stat. That's an overrated stat.
Pollard ran the ball for 80 yards, and they
And
gave
then
dude, I couldn't believe it because I had Pollard in my fantasy league.
his job changed, but he still did his job.
By the way, he thought he was going to get paid. He has no
Zeke?
biters. Yes,
Zeke knows he wasn't going to get paid.
he
That's
has
it.
no biters.
Zeke is at the tail end, way at the tail end. He's going to come in late and play with somebody and
Zeke's been sort of an idiot off the field.
big time idiot. off the field.
Saquon, he's everything you want as a face of the franchise.
You cannot
He
pay-
is the face of the New York Giants. Saquon is the face. You have to pay the face. The fans will turn on you if you don't sign Saquon because he's the face. He's done everything right.
I don't know if they do that.
The only thing he has done is been injured.
Or if they give him a 2-3 year deal.
Okay, a 2-3 year deal, maybe
yeah.
$30 million for 2 years, something like that, with like 22 guaranteed, something like that. That's fine.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? Here, we're going to give you this deal. You know what? If you reach this, the deal can go up to $40 million, something along those lines. But these guys are running backs. Unfortunately, Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing. He's not getting shit, and that team was terrible.
Yeah.
And the O-line was terrible.
Yes.
Still terrible today.
Well, not
okay.
Not that
Okay,
terrible.
okay.
Oh, they're terrible.
Easy on the terrible.
They're pretty, to Dallas standards, they're pretty bad.
No.
No.
The Raider offensive line.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Dallas.
No, I just
Josh
said Josh
Jacobs.
Jacobs.
Okay, you're confusing me.
So he,
No, I said Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing, and he had a terrible offensive line. And you somehow talking about
Dallas.
Zach Martin
I'm still thinking
and
about
Smith,
Zeke.
who are two Hall of
So
Famers.
here's the thing. I think as far we're talking about holdouts, out of those guys, I think Quinn has the most leverage.
Oh,
definitely.
not even close.
And then Saquon is next. Like he has, if you're sitting there, you're sitting back like with confidence. Like you really not going to sign me? Are
Yeah.
you really not going to sign me?
Yeah.
What's their franchise tag? Is that $10 million?
10.
It's 10, which is very
And in New York, $10 million doesn't go anywhere.
no. You're
By
in
the time you get it,
you're
it's
in a-
like 4.25.
Oh, franchise tag for D-line? I'm not sure.
Oh no, the
No.
franchise tag for but he's on his rookie deal. He didn't get tagged.
Yeah.
no.
They didn't pick up the 5th-year option like what the Redskins did with Chase Young. That's a different story, I think, because Chase has been hurt a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But with Williams, you need to pay this man, and if you don't pay him,
Yeah.
you need to trade him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you should be able to get a first-round pick, right?
I'd give up a first-round pick in a heartbeat for. That's exactly what the Raiders need.
He's worth a first-round pick easy.
Oh, easy.
A first and a third for sure.
Yeah.
He's the best player on defense, and they have a lot of good players on defense. He's the star of that defense. At D tackle,
I think
which
this
you don't-
leaves-
which you don't say very often about a D tackle. I mean, there's Aaron Donald. There's the Chris Jones from the Chiefs, superstar.
Nick Bosa.
I think
There
Quinn,
was a lot of guys. Vince Wilfork for a long time was very good.
Bosa's an
Bosa's
edge.
edge.
Bosa's an edge. I think Quinnen is that. There's like 4 D tackles in the league that are stars, and he's one of them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Facts.
Now, when he's sitting there and he just saw you trade for Rodgers, and now you're if you want to win, you need him.
Integral part.
He's a huge part in trying to win
He's
this
the
thing.
anchor of that defense.
So does somebody step in and say, "Hey, this is the dude. We got to pay him," or you getting Aaron Rodgers was all for nothing?
Yeah.
Is he that big of a piece?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so too.
So we agree that he's that big. You need to pay him now, or trade him.
Let's see how good Sauce Gardner is
I was just gonna say.
when the quarterback has 7 seconds to
Yeah,
throw.
exactly. Let's see how good Sauce is. He's very good, but
he's
without
very
Williams
good.
and that pressure.
Very, very good.
So pay Quinn and Williams. You think pay Barkley.
And-
what about Jacobs? That's your team. That's your
I would
commitment
love-
to excellence.
I give him a. If he's getting $10 million right now, I give him like 15, 17 for 2 years.
I bump it
Each
up.
year.
I bump it up. Here's the thing, and I'm very close to the situation because I'm a Raider, whatever, junkie. but what the thing that is upsetting to Raider fans about Josh Jacobs is that he played very injured this year. He broke his hand in the third quarter and then won us the game against the Chargers. He kept on going back into the game. He left it all out on the field for the Raiders. But
You should reward that.
I believe you should.
But he's a running back.
But he's a running
He's a running back.
And that's the thing. All knowledge and all common sense says you don't pay running backs. But bump it up. Bump up, give him, like you said, give him a 3-year. I don't even say 15. Give him 13, 12 and a half with incentives. If he does what he does, I think they're going to work it out.
I think if they make it at least 50% to 2/3 of his contract guaranteed, I think he'll be fine.
Well,
with that.
this was mandatory minicamp, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Training camp starts July 1st. Is that when it starts? Or
Yes. Can't wait.
is that July 1st training camp?
I believe so. Well, it staggers for everybody, I believe. There's like a 3-day, it staggers for every team. So ESPN and Fox, they could all go out and hit every single one. So
Okay.
It says first day is April 11th.
No, April 11th. We're in June, bud.
Oh, wait.
You need to stop. You need to get off the pain medication.
yes.
You know what? Bring Gabe. Have him slap his ass. Bring Gabe. You know what?
Try him out.
Bring Big Vern.
Bring in Big Vern. Bring in Big Vern. You know what? We're flying your ass to Kansas.
He didn't want to come to Kansas.
So what's next on our agenda, Rafa? What do you have?
So the Raiders seem likely to sign Marcus Peters. No shocker there. He's past his prime,
Yes.
way past his prime.
Yeah.
So the Raiders are just giving you names and problematic players on the sidelines. So you think they're doing something and still finish 4th in the division.
Boom.
Nailed it. Zing. Nailed it.
Period.
I don't even.
You want a rebuttal?
Nothing.
Do you need to rebuttal?
There's
Are you
nothing
kidding?
else to say.
Did we just nail that on
Next
the fucking
segment.
next
Next segment.
Do you need a rebuttal?
I don't
What are we
have-
gonna
Talk
say?
about commitment to excellence,
Yes.
guys.
I don't have anything for you.
This guy's washed up.
I don't have anything for you there.
No, dude, this
No,
guy.
that was
He's a name.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. He's a
dropped
name.
it.
He's a name.
dropped it.
But he's done with. He's done with. You might as well go get Jerry Rice to play receiver too if you want.
I'm gonna light the cigar for the next 10 minutes.
What do you think? You're a Raider fan. You guys are Raider fans. What do you think about Marcus Peters?
We need a vet. We need a vet. We have our
Oh,
corner.
You need a vet for what?
For
Because
what?
our defensive backs super young. A lot of rookies. a lot
Yeah,
of
and this
2 or
is the
3 year
vet you're
players.
bringing in. This problematic player.
Better- he knows the game.
He
It's
knows
better
the
than-
game,
better
and,
than no
he
one.
knows to get in arguments with fans and start gangbanging on sidelines.
Hey,
That's
fits
who
the
you
Raiders.
want.
Fits the Raiders, man.
Yeah, your commitment to
Okay.
excellence has been absolute trash. This would be a terrible signing for them, and you're probably going to have to give them anywhere between
gonna be
7 to
gangbanging.
9,
The Raiders.
$7 to $10 million.
Gangbanging
The
against-
Raider slander is real, Eddie Money.
Crazy.
Seawood's going to put him in check.
Seawood's making wine and bourbon and all sorts of other
Yes,
crap.
he's making a shit.
What's your take on Marcus Peters? You're a fan.
Listen, I've been saying it forever. We keep on signing receivers after receiver after receiver. We haven't made a splash yet on defense. Actually, they're saying, you know what they're trying to do, the Raiders? They're hyping up Marcus Epps, the safety. He's wearing number 1, by the way, which is a statement. But they're saying, oh my God, everyone, all the beat reporters and the so-called coaches and media people, they're like, check out Marcus Epps. He's a dog. He's this, he's that. I barely remember him on the Eagles. I know they had a good defense, but they're trying to make him as the savior and how. So they're saying, listen, we haven't signed anybody. You guys don't know. We're smarter than you. Marcus Epps, Marcus Epps, Marcus Epps. I'm not saying he's not going to be good. I'm just saying if you knew we needed defense, we were 30th in the league and whatever in defense, and Marcus Epps is the biggest name that you could find us. And that's why they're flashing Marcus Peters. That's why
Peters,
they're doing
was he
it.
a Raven last year?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
So I mean, listen, the Raiders drafted defensive line the first round, very high up, right? So
Tight end.
their defensive line should do a good enough job where the corners don't have to be great. But if you're going to go out and pay this guy,
Yeah.
who's a problematic player already, and then you're going to put him in Vegas, this guy's going to cause a ruckus at the win on a Thursday night.
Yeah, he's probably
I
going
don't
to
need. I leave on Tuesdays. I don't need that. I don't.
You don't need. Yeah, I
I don't
agree.
need, but he's been a problematic player.
Yeah. And
So
put a
I-
problem guy in Vegas, you're asking for trouble.
You're asking for a bigger problem.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good signing. But
I don't either.
The defensive line will help the secondary. Obviously, you can feel it.
By the way, he's not even signed yet. They're not even. We're talking shit, and they like. We haven't even signed him. Like, that's how bad the Raiders have been on signing defensive players. We're arguing about a shitty guy that
We're
we
just
need
making.
to
I
sign.
just made a statement.
Arguing about a rumor.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just letting you know if that's a rumor, that's a bad way to go. But
No, agree.
let's go to the next one. What do you think?
What's the next one, Eddie Money?
So last week we talked about the 4 teams that they could have for Hard Knocks, which I think was the Bears, the Redskins, the Saints, and the Jets. But another report came out. John actually sent it to me. He said the NFL is having a hard time trying to commit those teams to be.
I told you
in the
that
Hard
Jets
Knocks.
thing. Rodgers might stop
Yeah.
that.
They've all come out, every head coach, and said we don't want HBO in our locker room.
Yeah, they all are pushing back on it. And
They've
so
all-
they,
So who are
they-
the teams?
They even asked the Lions to do a season 2, but they said
No
no.
way.
That's how bad. Like,
I think
they
it,
don't
I
wanna
think it
be
worked
there.
out amazing for the Lions.
Yeah.
It worked out amazing, but at the end of the day, you watch these teams, none of them win.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
They
So
all suck.
yeah, so you know what they should do is they should maybe go to Houston where you got a rookie coach, a rookie quarterback. They traded up, they did things in the draft. Maybe you go to them. You go to Houston. You go to maybe Carolina, another rookie quarterback. Go to those teams. Don't go to. I know the Jets is the one where you want to get you want to get Rodgers. But I told you last week when we sat and talked about it, I said Rodgers is going to nick in the butt. Like, no way.
Here's my take on this whole thing: is that there's requirements to be eligible to be on Hard Knocks. Basically, like you cannot have made the playoffs in the previous 2 years. Like you have to hit a certain suck level.
Yeah, you got to be garbage at some point.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing: the NFL pays you a shitload of money. It shouldn't be we want it or not. If you sucked, we're coming, and there's nothing you can do about
No,
it.
so they can still be forced into it. It's
They
just
can.
kind of see like which teams would be willing to do it at first, and then I think at that point it's just what team's going to be the best.
People
medium.
are saying the Redskins. They'll put up the least 5, but the NFL doesn't want to be there because there's so much controversy. They'll have to bring up some shit that they're trying to sweep under the rug with the Snyder thing.
The Snyder thing, the Gruden thing through the emails.
Yes.
The fucking terrible Sean Taylor
Yeah.
thing.
I want everyone to see how amazing Sam Howell is and how he's going to start at quarterback, Papa. Yes.
I think they should take one of the other two teams, either the Texans or the Panthers, put them in there.
Yeah.
And especially like the Texans, you have a rookie coach and who was a former Texan, and you have a rookie quarterback, and you have Will Anderson. You
It's a great
good
some
stories.
Good storylines,
story,
yeah.
yeah.
It's good stories,
Young
and
stories.
you promote those guys.
Yeah.
Amico's a young coach.
Yeah.
He's a young coach. He was drafted with Reggie Bush
Be a great
and Mario
storyline
Williams.
to see them get 3 wins.
Eddie loved them last year. They played tough.
They covered the shit out of spreads last year.
And they did well in the draft. I think
Yeah.
they did very well. It'd be fun to see them instead.
Yeah, I agree.
I knew the Jets would be tough for them, but
Does that conclude our NFL segment?
Who's our NFL segment?
Thank you.
now
everybody.
we didn't say congratulations to the Denver Nuggets. I'm going to say congratulations to the Denver Nuggets.
I'm not saying
Speak on my behalf.
You
Ralph.
are a hater.
We can go into NBA right now.
Let's go into
Lakers show?
let's go into NBA. Brought to you by Scars, Southern California Animal Rescue, doing great work, saving a bunch of dogs. If if you're looking to adopt a dog or maybe surrender a dog, get a hold of Scars, Southern California Animal Rescue, amazing organization. Don't say we never did anything for the community, Rafa.
Hey,
We love
you're
the
right.
we love the dogs. We love the dogs. So let's get into NBA because that's it. We said it was kind of a
The finals weren't very
conclusion.
good.
Yeah.
Jimmy was terrible. I mean,
Terrible.
yeah, he played great. He had no roster. He didn't play great in these finals. He didn't play great the last 4 games against the Celtics. He had flashes of greatness, obviously, as I believe 95% of the NBA can be.
Yeah.
So if given the opportunity to,
Yeah.
which is what you see with AR-15, Gabe Vincent, all those guys,
Yeah.
right? They can be great at their moments.
Everyone's a baller in the
And
NBA.
100%. But the Nuggets were by far and away the best team. There's no doubt about it. The best team.
Do they have any free agents? Are they losing?
So their
anybody?
main 4 guys, Porter, Gordon, Murray, and Joker, and I think KCP are under contract until through 2024-25 season.
I actually
So
think,
that's 2 more full seasons.
I actually think KCB is not allowed to leave the city of Denver. He has an anklet on his foot. Like even if he wanted to leave, he couldn't. Sorry, KCB.
Jab, zing to
Low
KCP.
blow. Low blow.
I think they were impressive, and it makes it even more impressive that the Joker is, like, he makes it seem like he doesn't care.
I was gonna say, how do you guys feel about that stuff that, like, the Joker doesn't care about?
I don't think
playing in the
I think
NBA.
I think he's just awkward with the press, and the finals, especially the finals. The playoffs obviously is it takes a lot on the media, and you have you get a list at the end of the game. Well, Joker's always on the list to talk to the media.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's Joker and tonight's Aaron Gordon and Porter, but it's always gonna be the Joker. It's always gonna be LeBron. It's always gonna be Steph. It's always gonna be Giannis. It's always
think
gonna be those guys.
I think it's hilarious. I love it.
This is what I think too. This is why I made the comparison of him and Tim Duncan. They hated the media. They were superstars that didn't want to really get into. It's not the media's not their thing.
Right.
And
That was a
respect
great
that.
take on you last
And
week,
I
by the
respect
way. An amazing take.
What's up, Gabe? How you doing, Papa?
What's up, Big Perm?
We know. Yeah.
This man has walked in with a full-blown perm. He says that's his real hair. I'm still going to say perm, but it looks good
His
on
hair's
you,
been
though.
like that since I've known him.
He took his curlers out right before he walked in here. Come on, man. Who you
Face.
joking?
If you've ever seen Coming to America, this man needs some soul.
Gabe, come around to the camera. You got
This man needs some soul glow.
Yes.
You remember that? You ever see Coming to America? When they all go to the McDonald's house, they sit on the couch.
Wow.
Come on, man.
Two Nobodies with a mic, best podcast in the nation.
Yes.
Sponsored by Soul Glow. Go Dolphins, Gabe
Yes.
says.
So
Never that.
So the main free agent that Denver's gotta be wary of is Bruce Brown. He has his player option.
Yeah, he's going to get a bigger deal than that, and there's only so much they can offer him. I don't think he comes back. He's never gotten paid. He's got to get paid.
oh, you got to
You know.
take care of your family, Papa.
Yeah, that's for sure. Championships and all that are great. You won one. Now you can move on from this and go join the Charlotte Hornets at a
And go take care of your grandkids.
and
know.
I think he moves on.
Yeah.
Other than that, that lineups it's gonna be
That
gonna be
lineup's
tough.
fine. Everybody else they have is basically
Yeah.
expendable.
The kid Brown from Kansas, he's fucking awesome, huh?
Oh,
what a
good.
beast.
How good did he play?
All he does is win.
Man,
All
that
he does
kid,
is
he can play. Brown can play from Kansas as well. That roster was
Best By far.
Dude, that roster was so good that Reggie Jackson was on the roster, started for the Clippers like 50 games.
Yeah.
He didn't even play.
Yeah.
He didn't even play. Good for him. He got he got a ring. And Ish Smith, DeAndre Jordan, those guys, they got a ring. They'll
Congrats
never
to
play
Denver.
again.
I mean, man, it's silently they were the best all year. No one really thought of,
They were the best on and off. I thought
Yeah.
the Celtics had flashes and the Bucks had flashes, but Denver was
I thought Denver
consistently
was consistently the best team.
consistently there all year long. How do you think they fare next year? Just as the makeup is right now, right? Nobody, everybody's staying. If everybody stands pat,
Yeah.
Harden stays in Philly and blah blah blah. Do you think they can get to the finals?
I'll talk about
If we
it.
get a
We'll
healthy
get there.
Lakers,
I
We'll
was
get
going
there.
to say, is it
We still
okay to
gotta
say I
help
don't
the
care
Lakers.
about Denver? Like, my Lakers are looking.
So here's
if
the
they're
thing.
healthy, they're dangerous.
So
If the Lakers are healthy, were they not healthy in the series?
whoa,
Whoa!
we all know. Oh, you
No. Let's hear it.
we
Were
all
they
know
not?
LeBron played vastly different before that ankle
Yeah.
end of the season.
Oh, listen, guys, I love LeBron as an NBA player, not as a person, as an NBA player.
yeah, you
make
fired
that-
him earlier.
Yeah, make that shit correct. I think LeBron. You guys know, I think he's the greatest of all time. But dude, that's it. That was his peak. That was his peak. Those garbage ass players on his team, bro, they're not. They could be at full strength with that roster. They don't beat Denver one game like they just proved.
Ooh, I don't know about one game.
Bro, they didn't win a game. AD is non-existent at important times in the game.
This is true.
fact.
So what are you telling
AD
me?
was so disappointing.
Of course he's disappointing. So what are you bringing to the table to tell me that Laker team?
CJ doesn't have an argument.
I don't.
There's
You
no
don't.
argument.
You're just a fan. You're
I'm a fan.
you turned into a Kobe lover.
So let's talk
All
about
of a
this.
sudden.
Let's talk about this because Kendrick Perkins came out with his top 5 most surprising list, whatever,
I'm actually shocked at this list.
and he said number 5 was Harden to the Lakers. What do you think about Harden to the Lakers?
It doesn't help you.
I agree.
It doesn't help you because that's another ball dominant guy. He
Like
needs
Russell.
like Russell Westbrook.
Except like you
Or D'Angelo Russell.
Besides the shooting aspect, but like another ball dominant person.
Yeah.
But like Russell Westbrook? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like James Harden is exactly like Russell Westbrook. Just
Oh,
another,
you done bumped your head.
way different.
no one's
It's just
exactly
another
like-
ball dominant person.
No.
Because
No.
I can confidently put that ball in James Harden's hands. If Russell got the ball at the top of the key, I'm like, pass that.
And here's the thing.
No, it's a different style of play.
I
That
thought-
Russell Westbrook plays on pure
I'm sa-
energy. Harden
Yeah.
I
plays on
guess I'm
Twinkies.
seeing an aspect of just another. I'm just,
Yes, dude. Yes.
Clip that
I'm
shit.
Yeah.
just
Yes.
seeing an aspect of another ball dominant person. Just someone who
Oh
needs
no,
the
that's
ball.
fine. Yeah,
yeah, that's
Harden's,
how I'm
Harden's
seeing
ball
it.
dominant. LeBron's ball dominant.
Yes,
You need-
Harden's a way better shooter than Russell Westbrook.
Of course he is,
Yes.
but he was non-existent against the Celtics the last 5 or 6 games.
Yes.
He didn't play very well, and Embiid dribbling the ball at the end of the games or at all in that game showed you that Harden might have lost. They didn't have faith in Harden to handle the ball there. When Embiid's literally dribbling on these, I'm backing you down, I'm dribbling, and then you're stealing the ball. That was
Here's the thing. I had thought that Harden had turned the corner this year. He led the league in assists, I believe.
and that's his perfect role, and I think he should
Yes.
stay in Philly.
And then he just choked in the playoffs.
He won that first game all alone, and then they forced Embiid back the second game. I think that he should, for me, I think he should stay pat in Philly. He needs to play with a big like that. I think he's too ball dominant. I think if he comes to play with LeBron, what is he doing? He can play with AD, but at the end of the day, AD is shit. We know he's going to get hurt. He got out-rebounded by Joker every game.
Crazy.
And Joker doesn't jump. He doesn't jump, and you got out-rebounded by a guy who you're bigger, you're longer, and you can jump way more than he can, and you didn't rebound.
So here's Big Perk's list of off-season predictions, all right? And I'll go from 5 to number 1. Number 5, he has Draymond to the Suns, which puts him back with KD, which we all know the beef they had.
We
but-
don't know if that's how much of that beef goes into it.
Yeah.
I don't like Draymond for that team. I like Draymond for a team like Miami. I like Draymond for the Lakers. I like Draymond for
a championship-ready team.
Oh well, Phoenix is championship
Yes.
ready. Don't discredit
Yeah.
that.
I guess. Yeah,
You
you're right.
guess they
Phoenix is
have 2 of the
championship ready.
5 best scorers in the league.
Yeah, no. Okay, I agree.
So they're ready for that. I just don't think they need. You don't know what's going on there with Draymond. I think Phoenix needs to address their point guard issue that they have. Like Van Fleet would be a better sign, and I don't think they have the money to do it. Van Fleet for me is a better signing for Phoenix
Yeah.
than it would be for them for Draymond. I think Draymond would be perfect on the Lakers. He's a small guy who plays big. The Lakers were completely dominated on the glass against Denver, as Miami was.
Yeah.
Miami's another team that can maybe go to Draymond or another big. But they need something and another score.
I don't disagree.
Miami, I don't think comes back.
So for number 4, we talked about it. Harden to the Lakers, which I don't want, and we talked about that. Number 3 is that the Bucks re-sign a Brook Lopez.
I don't even think we should be talking about that. That's stupid.
That has
Brook Lopez played awesome defense.
Yes.
Bucks have bigger problems. They got to figure out what they're going to do with
Yes.
Middleton. Middleton's not playing. He played and he wasn't healthy. He came off the bench. He's not totally back. He's never. I don't think he's ever going to be back. Brad, they're actually in talks with Washington, is what the rumor is, for Bradley Beal.
Yes.
Which then, if you give Giannis a pure score, which what Middleton was 2 years ago,
Yeah, I'll
that.
say 2-3
I
years
like
ago.
that.
they won the title. When you have Drew Holiday, you get Bradley Beal. Maybe you sign Middleton to a smaller deal to come off the bench, and then that works out. I think Bradley Beal also would fit on the Lakers as well.
I've always wanted Bradley
Not a
Beal
bad
to the
idea.
Lakers. You
The
surround
Lakers need a score.
shooters, scorers, yes.
Yes.
So number
Guards.
2, Van Fleet to the 76ers.
If
Which-
they don't keep Harden, that makes also all the sense.
Yeah.
Van Fleet, that pick and roll with Van Fleet, but if you're Philly, if you get rid of Harden, Maxi's your guy.
Maxi's your guy.
That's
It's
it.
time.
Why are you going to go get Van Fleet? Because Maxi can run the pick and roll. He can shoot the 3.
Yeah.
He's dynamic. He is. I want to say he's and don't say, oh no, he's not. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I feel like the way he plays sometimes, his intensity is a Russell Westbrook match with a better shooter, obviously.
Yes. Yes.
Right, and
Okay.
he's a better shooter, but he matches that intensity. He's lightning fast.
Yes. And
Right?
number 1 is Bradley Beal to the Celtics, which, man,
You have another Jaylen Brown issue. It's the same thing.
you don't
you
like
ju-
him to the Celtics.
No, because you just keep Jaylen Brown. It's the same style player.
No, I agree. You have 3 of them now instead of 2.
Well, no, you got to re-sign Jaylen Brown, who
yeah.
I think will walk, and there's going to be plenty of teams that are gonna offer him a ton of money. There's rumors that he could go to the Rockets. Jaylen Brown.
Oh, I saw that.
I don't think for Tatum you don't need another player of his size, his position, his.
Yeah.
You don't need that. You need either a better big than what he has with Horford or whatever. You need or Van Fleet.
Yeah.
You need a scoring point guard.
Well,
Who can and they have Brogdon, which he should be starting. He's so much better
Yeah.
than what.
well, that's NBA. No one gives a shit anymore, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm excited for NBA free agency. Actually, I like it much better than
I do love free agency
because I love free agency in the NBA when these guys, all these guys,
they're difference makers.
100%, every
Yeah.
single one of those
Yeah,
dudes.
they're difference makers. Even
So-
though a Draymond, he's a difference maker in other ways than scoring. Like his numbers aren't.
He
amazing.
can lead.
Yes.
He's a champion.
Yes.
He plays big. He
Yeah.
plays bigger, way big. He's what 6'7", and he plays.
6'7".
He's like 6'7".
But
He plays bigger
big.
than Anthony Davis.
Yes.
And he has a great podcast.
Awesome. Yeah, Draymond plays big. Draymond's an addition to any team that takes him. He's an instant.
Yeah.
You're instantly getting a winner.
Yeah.
People think he's problematic and he this and that. Well, he speaks his mind, and Jordan Poole deserved a slap.
Who doesn't want to punch Jordan Poole?
Yeah, or slap. So,
There's a 747 landing on my.
oh
screen right now.
man, we're close, guys.
So that's NBA. Congratulations to the Denver Nuggets.
Last thing in the NBA.
Yes.
John Morant did get suspended today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
25 games.
25 games.
What do you think?
Thoughts? I thought it was going to be 40.
Wow,
I thought it was going to be 40.
Jesus,
Listen,
40 games.
how pumped is not Reddick, but JR, the kid from Duke who was picked 3rd, who plays for the Knicks.
RJ Barrett.
Oh, RJ
RJ
Barrett.
Barrett. How like he's popping his collar right now, like walking into everywhere. Is like, look at me. Like I'm not freaking Zion or freaking John Morant. Like I should have been the
He's
number
still
one
not
pick.
better than fucking John Morant.
Well, I'd rather have him than John Morant.
I'd rather
right now.
have John Morant for 55 games
Then
or
RJ
57 games than
RJ for a
RJ
whole
Barrett
season.
for
whole
fucking
season.
82 and 10 years more.
I'm just saying, if I'm RJ Barrett's agent, I'm calling him like, look at my guy right now. He ain't started any shit. He's not getting strippers pregnant, porn stars pregnant, or he's not flashing guns.
You know who another good fit would be Bradley Beal to Dallas, by the way.
Everyone's a good fit for Dallas.
Well, Bradley Beal's a good fit for a lot of teams.
Yes.
Although the Celtics, I don't think, are one.
Bradley Beal, by the way, only player in the NBA that has a no trade clause. It kind of shocked me when I heard that. Like,
Yeah.
like what were you doing, dude? Like, why did you want to stay in Washington? Like,
No, because you control where you go. That's a great thing. He was very smart about it.
why
Like,
would-
I'm going to agree to sign in this shithole, but now when I move, I have to agree to where I'm
have
moving
you been to Washington D.C.?
It's a shithole.
Exactly.
100%.
So why
So-
would you not want to be out of there?
Because
Is my
when
point.
when they signed him, it was that was the most money he can get.
Dude, he makes $50 effing million a
right.
year.
So now you control. Now you're still making that money,
That's insane.
and now you control where you go.
Michael Brown I'm going to give Micah basketball immediately. $50 freaking million. Wow.
But you control where you go. I think it's
The Grizzlies title odds actually jumped up from after the suspension. So I think they were expecting a worse suspension than 25
I'm
games.
telling you, people thought it was going to be 40.
It went from plus 3,000 to plus 2,500 to
Yeah.
win the title.
And you know what?
I think 10 games would have been good.
I'm tired of talking about him. I'm rooting for the kid. I hope he gets his shit together. It's really fixable. Like, just don't be a fucking idiot, right? You weren't raised as an idiot. I don't get. But if you didn't learn your lesson this time, kick him out of the league. Go to China. Try to wave a gun in China. See what happens then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be in jail for the rest of your freaking
Try to
life.
wave hello in China. So that's
Good
tough
point.
over there.
Good point, Rafa.
Can't wave anything there.
Yes. So,
So-
that's NBA. Anything else? Are we gonna let's move on to baseball? Let's wrap
Yeah.
this baby up.
So I tell you guys every week, McClanahan from the Tampa Bay Devil Rays is a man you don't bet against.
Yes.
It's a bottom line. The team covers 1.5. They hit. When he's on the mound, he's been arguably the one or two best pitchers in the league for the last 2 years.
Yes.
Last year he had a under 3 ERA. This year he's right there again. The team is going to be his record's going to be 11-1 tonight after they win. They're up 6-0 so far. When you see Tampa and he's pitching, don't bet it.
Does he start over Otani in the All-Star game?
Otani's the all-star. Otani's a superstar.
Yes.
Right? So if they're both able to start, if you want to do you want to get the show and all that,
Otani.
you start Otani. If you
Yeah.
want to make the right decision, he probably has another 2 or 3 starts before the All-Star game. You start McClanahan if he's still rolling like this.
Yes.
But Otani, we know, is a superstar.
Yeah.
His bat's been on fire the last couple of weeks, and the Angels are rolling, guys. The Angels are. I know it. I gave an early season prediction that the Angels would be in the playoffs. It's hurting Eddie
It is.
to his soul, but they're right there.
The thing is like, okay, let's say I think there are 7 or 8 games above 500. The thing that would kill them the most is that they believe they have a chance to re-sign him and they don't get anything for him. And how do you trade him away? Their Angels are in a really bad spot, in my opinion.
I heard something that they asked me to not repeat on this, but I'm going to repeat it anyways.
wow.
Yeah. It was from someone who has friends in the Angel organization, right? They're supposedly going to offer Otani 8-year, $525 million.
Jesus.
There's something else that has been said that Otani will not go to New York.
Really?
That's what has been said. I don't know how true that is. That's something that was said. They told me this week.
Yeah.
They said don't repeat it, but I'm repeating it because he doesn't watch his show, and that's what he gets.
That's what you get for not watching the show.
So, but you can if you're the Angels, there's no way you can give him up. You have to believe it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You have to believe you have a chance to re-sign this dude.
Yeah.
Right? He's the greatest talent we probably ever going to see on both sides of the field.
Facts.
Like nobody's ever done it. I mean, that we've seen. Right?
Never.
Well, Babe Ruth, but
Except
that was
in my little league midgets. There was a
Yeah.
kid who pitched and hit really good.
But
Nine-year-old,
at this level and what he's doing, he's leading the league. He's now tied for the league lead in homers.
Yes.
He's second in the American League in strikeouts as a pitcher.
Yeah.
He's an amazing player and a superstar, and you'd have to pay him. If you're the Angels, you'd be stupid to get rid of him.
But here's the thing. What if you don't get anything for him? You're even,
I don't care.
You're even stupider for not getting anything for him.
This is baseball. This is baseball. Even if you get whatever you get back for him, doesn't guarantee you anything. You're not guaranteed anything.
But if you lose him for nothing, Rafa,
this is not the NBA. You're not going to lose.
There's a sinkhole in the middle of Anaheim, and you just fall into it.
I don't believe that in baseball at all. You can, when you know you have zero chance to get a guy, that's when you cut him loose. But when you're the A's and you have a player like that, when you're the Rockies, when you're teams that are the Angels aren't that. The Angels have the second biggest media deal, TV deal in the league, I think.
And what have they done with it?
It doesn't matter. They're spending the money. They spend it in the wrong places. There's no way if you, as an organization, you trade him only if you think he will not resign. If you have any
inkling
that he's going to sign, any idea that he's going to sign, you never trade him.
I agree.
You cannot trade him. And as a fan, I'll be honest with you, the Angel fans will be more pissed come August 1st if you trade him than they will be on November 15th when he signs with the Giants or with the Dodgers.
True. It's just the alternative is that's why I think they don't make a deal with the Dodgers. If he does come to the Dodgers, then he really screws the Angels and he leaves for nothing. And he holds all the cards right now. I hope like Trout is washing his car on Mondays and Tuesdays. Like they need to do everything they can to hold on to Ohtani.
100%. Yeah. And I think that the way they've been playing, I think they will be players to upgrade their roster and come the trade deadline. I don't think they're going to be sellers. I think they're going to be buyers.
Well,
and their bullpen has been surprisingly doing well, which was a struggle. They've blown 3 or 4 games in the last month, or maybe even 3 weeks. Yeah. And the last couple weeks, they just played a great series against the division leader. Mm-hmm. So, and now they get the Royals this weekend, which is a good time to
just stomp on somebody
to get some wins. And they won tonight, and you know, leading up to the other night, the loss the other night, they were 8-2 in their previous 10 games. They were tied for the hottest team in the league.
For the next month, it's going to be the biggest story out there, and I think that's a good number. 525 for 8 years. I think that's a great offer.
You're talking about 65.
It doesn't matter.
$1 million a year.
To me, this is the biggest thing since Babe Ruth being traded out of Boston to New York. This is on that level of.
Oh, this is bigger than that. I mean, we now have social media, and we're a couple of nobodies here talking about it with a camera and a couple microphones.
There was
an audience.
There was like a 90-year curse on the
right.
Babe Ruth.
I understand that thing. I mean, but I just can't see it as if I was an Angel fan. There's no way that I'm okay with you trading this guy.
Well, you know, we're talking about 25 people, so.
But speaking of the hottest teams in the league in the last 10, the A's were pretty damn hot.
Yeah.
The A's were hot. And let's talk about this. Let's finish with this because I think it's hilarious. The A's did a reverse boycott, okay? And I've never heard of a reverse boycott. So the A's were attracted. Everyone knows Vegas approved $380 million stadium. They're coming. So to protest like they did with the Raiders, which is ridiculous, just build them a new stadium, they would stay. But there's no money in Oakland. There's no money publicly. There's no money with the people. So the A's did a reverse boycott, and 28,000 fans showed up in a 48,000 stadium. It still looked half empty.
And the next day they had like 60 people.
Yes. So, I mean, good on you. It's very simple. Show up to the games all the time. And
They want the owner to sell the team.
well, I want to eat healthy and drive a Rolls Royce.
They want the owner to sell the team and then they can move on. They asked Bryce Harper about the team moving to Vegas, and he said that he didn't like the idea.
How could I think
He liked the idea of an expansion team going, like a Vegas-born team, like the Knights. He said, kids that are in Vegas that are 5-6 years old. He compared it to the Raiders, for example. He said the Raiders came over, and kids that are 5-6 years old, they're not going to be Raider fans until they're 15, 16 when they kind of understand
Not
the game.
if you win right away. Not if you're the Golden Knights, the first year they came in, and they won right away.
The Golden Knights were an expansion team, so Vegas took them in as their team.
I always say, Rafa, winning is the best deodorant of all time. You stink like shit. You have problems in your locker room. You have problems in your front office. Win, and it's like deodorant. It doesn't matter. Win, and it cures all the stench.
What Harper was saying was the A's have history in Oakland. And he'd prefer his hometown to get an expansion team instead of bringing the A's over.
I have history in Santa Clarita. I ain't going back.
We don't know about that. That jury's still out on that. So, but I think they should move also to Vegas, but not build that stadium that they drew up. You need a roof.
You better put a roof on that, Papa.
Yeah, you need a roof.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, they put the mock up and there was no roof. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
they need to hire a different architect.
Yeah, you need a roof.
Pretty freaking simple. You need a roof in that bad boy. So I think we've covered everything. Have we not, Eddie Money?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank CJ. I want to thank Big John. I want to thank Gabe.
Yep.
Rafa, Eddie Money. I especially want a big thanks to Big Vern, the mechanic, Kathy, and the Power Slap League. We're going to be following that. I want to thank all you guys out there for supporting us. Follow, share, like. We appreciate all you guys. Even if you call me big boned, I don't care. I still love you all.
Also, guys, make sure you guys follow Big Vern.
Yes.
He's Vercules 200, right? Or is it
at Vercules 200
on Instagram? Check him out.
Show him the love. Show him the power of two nobodies. Give him a like and reach out to him. The guy is incredible. He
interacts with everybody.
He'll probably
he
get
didn't know
back
who
to
I
you.
was yesterday. I sent him a message, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, dude, yeah."
He's
very cool, very
cool
humble
dude.
guy.
Yeah,
we appreciate him coming on.
Yeah, play that music, Eddie Money.
Cheers,
cheers, Papa. Thank you guys. Thanks, CJ.
What's up?
I do not want to be invited to your